She's one of the landowners of the site, which is shown up here. The plan below shows the red outline. Duncan, if you could just scroll down. And we are here to ask for your advice and your view and hopefully your support to the potential development of the site.
Can I just clarify where that is?
Yeah, so sorry, Whipsdale.
So let me, I've got it on the, got it on the map here.
Off Trevelyan Road.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you've got St Francis here.
Yeah.
This is the site in question.
Mm-hmm.
This is the site that does have a permission on it, which you will probably know, Joanna. And if anybody else will, it goes back to 2018. It's one from a long time ago. So are we happy? Are we happy where we are?
So
yes, yes, right, cool. Let's go back to
thank you. So as you can see, there are residential properties to the west and to the northwest. And as Duncan mentioned, the land to the other side, which is to the east, has an extant permission for 24 holiday lodges, which are in association with Sands Resort. And there's sea space, sorry, yes. and other facilities.
I still think of it as Sands.
Yeah. In our view, so we're looking for development for potentially up to 9 properties, and we're looking to do a PIP application, a permission in principle application. In our view, the site conforms to the description of rounding off, where it's within a sustainable location, bound by existing established residential development, and then holiday development to one side, and would not lead to an incremental development beyond the boundaries. We did meet...
I might not agree with you on that.
Okay, because certainly we couldn't extend any further, so that the site is literally bound by the Sands Resort to the sea space to one side, and then residential development to the other sides, and the road is to the southeast. We did meet Councillor Fitter at the site ahead of the elections, and he was generally supportive and couldn't see an in-principle reason why the development couldn't be supported. The site's very level and isn't highly prominent within the landscape. At the moment, under the current NDP, it's outside the development boundary, but as you know, there's been a huge shift in the planning policy landscape this year, with the need for housing that was identified within the Cornwall local plan per year, going from 2,600 to 4,421 houses being provided each year in Cornwall. As the Cornwall local plan and the Newquay neighbourhood plan are 5 years out of date, are more than 5 years old, the housing policies are considered to be out of date, and the tilted balance needs to be applied, where permission should be granted, in the words of the NPPF, unless any adverse impacts of doing so would significantly and demonstrably outweigh the benefits. In our view, provided that an appropriate, well-designed and low-density scheme came forward that was considerate to the neighbouring properties, obviously they're all to two sides, and the environment, and as well as allowing for ecological buffers around the edges of the site, the benefits would far exceed any adverse impact of developing a site which makes little in contribution to the landscape and doesn't serve any other purpose at the moment. From a highways perspective, and I don't suppose, Duncan, you could scroll down to the next plan. We haven't designed anything officially, but from a highways perspective, we thought that having a central entrance into the site would work, with perhaps one direction traffic going into the site and out the same access entranceway. That would mean that there's room to work with to provide the ecological buffers and room for gardens and parking to either side and around the site. Would appreciate your views. As I said, we'd like to progress with a permission in principle application, but we'd really appreciate your view on the principle of development in this location, and if you've got any thoughts, questions, or if you'd like to meet us on site, perhaps, we'd be more than happy to do that. And we're both here to answer any questions, so thank you.
Might it be useful if I bring up the settlement boundaries that was referred to?
Yeah, that would be useful. Thank you, Duncan.
Can I ask a question? Is there any affordable in this?
With up to 9, there wouldn't be a contribution required.
Because our policy is obviously not to develop in that spot unless it was affordable led.
Yes, but because of the
Yeah.
the development
We might
boundaries.
have to discuss that.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
our policy.
Yeah.
It's a bit sad that it's a bit sad that there isn't any affordable housing there. Really, that's what we need, is for local people to be able to afford local housing, and this is just going to be more, I presume, 4 or 5 bedroom houses.
No.
Well,
No, at each of these houses will be about 110 square metres each, so no, they are actually relatively small houses that are going to very much appeal to the local market.
So under the policy.
Affordable properties.
Yes,
Yeah.
under the policy 8 constraints, if it's under 9, you can have up to 9 houses that are 1,000 square metres in total. So if we divide that, so you could have 5 houses that are 200 square metres, or
what does that translate to, though, in terms of bedrooms, or sort of what is the price of a 1,000 square metre house at the moment?
No, we have to split that between the 9 houses, so it's 1,000 split between 9 houses.
Between 9 houses.
So that's why it's about 110.
So okay, so how much is that then? What sort of price is that at the moment? How many bedrooms is that for a
It
house?
depends on the size of the bedrooms, clearly, but you're talking about more like 3-bedroom properties, and they're more at the affordable end of the spectrum than being posh big family homes that are more
Right.
expensive. So
Okay.
The alternative would be to provide a much higher dense scheme in order to make it viable. Provided quite a high density scheme with affordable houses, but then I think
No, I mean,
it's sensitive with the neighbouring properties around on either side.
but there's nothing to stop you, say, for like 2 of the houses to be 2 flats, one on top of each other.
No,
So you actually-
it's entirely possible. So it's really we're here to establish the principle of development. So it could be 9, it could be 7 houses and 2 flats, as you say, but a total of 9. The tenure could change, but we thought that it's more sensitive because it's a edge of the settlement. That it would be more sensitive to have more spacious properties on larger grounds, so smaller properties on spacious grounds, and having some separation between the neighbours.
We can call it a settlement. It has no shops. It is an area which we specifically
Right.
didn't want to extend.
Mm.
So the policy is more than just a settlement boundary. We basically said we didn't want Whipstone and we didn't want to go to spread any more. So
But-
it isn't a settlement, it's a group of houses.
So the sea space, the land next door, is that outside the boundary as well, that they had their planning
Is that
permission
private
24?
accommodation, so that's slightly different.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that came down.
It's going to be clearly. Sorry, I'm looking at it on Google Earth. I'm not looking at my
Yeah,
phone.
no, that's right, that's right.
It may
Like
well
Google.
be that the neighbourhood plan is overridden, but the intention here is that these housing conglomerates on the coast don't spread any further. So that was what the plan was all about. I mean, they
Yeah.
made the plan and this bias to whatever it is may well do that. But effectively, in terms of our neighbourhood plan, I don't consider it a suitable place. I mean, it could be overridden, as you say, so, but that's what our plan says. And of course, in terms of housing provision, we basically allocated the whole parish and then taken bits out. So we have actually, this is the irony, we have sort of allocated more housing space than we need before. And it depends how many more they're going to give us. I mean, we're on 6,000. The last time we did an estimate, it was 6,000. And we've probably got
For
2,000 more, so I'd be surprised if they give us less than 8,000. They are desperate.
I mean, there appears to be trees on the corner of the site.
Not on, I believe that the trees actually sit in seascapes right on the boundary, so they won't be impacted by any building.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there appears to be a track going across it.
Yeah, that's just a track for maintenance. It's not a footpath or any kind of public access.
Right. Okay.
And at the moment it has 2 entrances. But we're proposing
Yes, I can see that one
closing
here.
those up and opening just one central entrance. Yeah. So that you've
Right.
got good visibility up and down the road for highways.
Yeah. So it's on a slope. It's on a south-facing slope.
No, it's not really sloped. It's
It's surprisingly level.
That is a slope. That is a slope.
The slope is down. It actually, when you're there, it's surprisingly flat. The slope is down from the road down to the south.
So where were you thinking of doing the drainage?
That would need to be designed, but it would be a sustainable, obviously sustainable.
Well, it's got to be on
drainage system.
site.
That's a biodigester on site would comfortably work.
That would be amazing if you did a biodigester on site, actually, so it doesn't feed into the sewage system at all and soakaways. That would be incredible.
Sure, the angle of what that is.
No, biodigester, no. I mean, we've got a biodigester.
I've got a
Yeah.
biodigester as well.
And
What's a biodigester?
it basically aerates your sewage, so it's like a tank which pumps oxygen through it. It has like a little pump going all the time, 24/7, and it aerates it, and then the water that comes out of it below ground into a soakaway is a good enough quality to go into a water course.
So can we see the outline of the houses again?
So if each house had a small biodigester, or you could put a big one in.
You'd put one in to serve
Where?
all 9 of them. Well,
Or somewhere on the site.
Somewhere on the site.
It's below ground.
Sorry, I'm asking where you're proposing to put it on the site.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, if they're saying it's not sloping, I mean, it is sloping, so why are you saying that it's all coming down towards the road? Is that the idea, that you'll be doing the biodigester between those houses?
Well, it doesn't matter because it would you dig it in. It's below ground, so all you have is like literally a manhole cover above it, and then you have a big soakaway. So you'd have a big trenched in soakaway underneath it. It would be great as well if you got grey water and that they're completely off South West Water grid then, effectively.
Where this big soakaway is going to be.
Well, the soakaway is completely underground, so it just
Doesn't matter.
But
you
my
do.
my
go in the
soakaway is
central bit?
underneath my lawn, and
Yeah.
I don't see any evidence of it.
No,
It's
you dig a big trench before the houses are built. Yeah.
Ultimately, the water has to go somewhere.
But it'll be soaking away underground. You won't be conscious of
I
it.
think you're picking up. I'm just worried about the effect on the road.
No, because it'll be below. You have
That's
to.
why I keep asking where.
It has to be two meters below.
Sorry, Sarah, I'm asking the developers where they're intending to put it.
Well, we're not at detailed planning stage, so we would clearly take advice from any company that was putting the biodigester in as the
You're
most
looking for
suitable
a
place
single
for it.
biodigester
Yes, because you
for
can.
all 9 houses.
Yeah, you can absolutely
Yeah.
get a single biodigester that
Not
comfortably
clear,
takes it
just
for all 9
so-
houses. Yeah.
I'm just looking at that.
It is surprisingly flat. I always thought in my head, I knew where it was, and I thought that it was on a sloping site, and that's why it had been taken out of the development boundary. But when I got there, it's just a very logical site. I think if you do happen to be driving past and have a look, there's a lay-by opposite, or just down and opposite, and you'd be surprised at actually how level it is and discreet. It doesn't form part of the rollings of landscape. That's beyond it to the south.
I mean, just looking at the contours on the Cornwall Interactive map, they're very widely spaced contours, so it is a very gentle slope. It is a slope, but just very gentle. Duncan.
The mission for I think it was 24 launches, we saw that one in 2018.
Long time ago.
Taking us back a while, my first year here. Is that an excellent mission?
It is, yes. They've had, I know certainly they've had certainly 3 of the pre-commencement conditions have been discharged. And I think, I don't know, Rebecca, was that building there, the building that you can see there, was that part of the 24 scheme?
Tennis court.
So the padel tennis courts, the the hotel has changed hands, clearly.
Yes, yeah, no, we're very familiar
Granted.
with the tennis courts.
And the padel tennis courts were built,
Yeah.
that's been a new application,
We're
which I
very-
presume
we're
might be
very
on
familiar
part
with
of
that
the
one.
land
We've got
where
loads
We've
of
seen
bodies
the
in
application
schools.
and we've seen the rebuilds because it was absolutely
Yes, it's
destroyed
been
once
destroyed,
pulled
didn't it?
down.
Yes, yeah.
So we're very familiar with that, but most people in this room won't be familiar with the lodges because it's so long ago. That's
Yeah.
why I was just wondering if that had lapsed or if that
Yeah,
was.
I was pretty sure.
They
I
made
was-
it first moves.
They
You
put
don't have to do much.
No,
the
that's
shovel
it.
in the ground.
No.
I don't know if the new owners are planning to build them. But,
A concern for me is that, I mean, you're saying this, you're a hotelier, a two hotelier, and then you're talking about this as accommodation, but of course there's nothing to stop you then just it becoming more holiday lets.
Yeah, for us,
I've just,
actually, we employ 250 people, and actually...
So that's what you're thinking of,
No,
the staff.
No, we're not.
Oh.
What's really important for us is that our members of staff are able to settle, that they're able to have families, that they're able
Right.
to find homes to live in. And so actually for us, what's really important is that the housing stock in Cornwall provides homes that locals can live in. And we have that issue, as you know, with many members of our team who come down and try and settle in the area.
I mean, yeah, brilliant. I mean, Scarlett and Bedruthen.
oh, so it's a fair way away.
Yeah, yes,
No,
it's not next door at all.
No. But it's just a sort of like that connection. Francis, what were you?
I don't know about the history that they're talking about, but would they be on the open market? So you wouldn't plan to rent them yourselves, they would be available for anyone to buy?
No, I mean, our intention is to enable this to create 9 homes that each one can be bought by a family settling in the area, working in the area as a family home. You know, it sits in an area of land that is close to the coast, but it has no coastal views. It looks back over countryside towards housing on the other side of Porth and Whipsodary, and it really is just a perfect location in our mind for families to be who want to settle, who are working in the Newquay, Porth and along the coastline. Yeah.
Because we are seeing an increase of applications that lean towards a kind of more of a apart hotel style.
There is absolutely no intention to create an apart hotel on this site.
Or a apart home type thing.
No, it's intended for residential.
No, it's intended. The application is all about about properties that can be built that then local families can buy. Yeah.
Surely the view is down the Rialton Valley, not across to the homes.
No, it goes across.
Straight
It goes across to the
If you
houses
look
there.
sideways, it's straight ahead.
No, these are houses here.
Yeah, but
So you're
that's the Rialton Valley, and that's a protected sort of, the Porth River and all that, and streams of big divisions of grounded.
So you haven't got any more details as far as maybe, sort of style or building materials or...
Not at this stage. Our intention is to put in an application to establish the principle of being able to then seek a proper application on the site.
I don't know with the road whether you need a large flange or anything sort of like a visibility.
John Fitter had a look at it, and his view was that because we're up beyond the brow of the hill, providing we put splays at the entrance, he agreed with our logic that a single entrance rather than the two would just minimise complication, because it's only one point where they're coming in and out. Yeah.
And it's just before the 30 as well, so traffic started to slow there as well.
So I can see if I can find any pictures of the site.
Has anyone else got any more?
I was just asked about timescales.
We haven't set one, to be honest. Let's get through the summer. But I think with the permission in principle, it's a fairly straightforward application. It's a shorter time frame. It's about 6 weeks. And in terms of, we don't need to do surveys, so we don't need ecological surveys, drainage, tree surveys. Not that there's any trees on the site, but we don't need to go through the survey process. So it could be, I'd say it would be in, you know, in the summer, September, August, towards the end of August, September. So really, if you've got any thoughts, once we leave, if you have any discussions or speak to the other councillors as well, then obviously would appreciate, you've got our contact details, appreciate any some advice or suggestions that you might have. Obviously, we're trying to keep it low density because of the neighbouring properties, because it's been vacant for a long, long time. There's no planning history on it at all.
I don't know whether this helps. I've just got a picture of it on my phone that kind of which I'm happy to.
I mean, the principles in my mind are great, and as you say, I mean, the surrounding properties have large gardens. These are all kind of large gardens, and if you're doing affordable housing, as you say you are, if you make it sustainable across the board,
Sorry, it's market housing. It's not affordable.
Well, they are small houses.
Yes, it's market value.
Yes, market value. But I mean, affordable is only 10% less than affordable. You know, they're not affordable. But
they're not mansions, are they?
No, they're not mansions.
Yeah.
But
No.
I think that's the thing, is that we have to keep the footprint small, and it makes it affordable just by the natural way of things.
Cheaper housing, then, let's put it that way. It's not
Yeah,
a nice
they're
phrase.
not designed to be big mansion-style houses at all.
Executive homes.
No.
Yeah, and we're also very, very conscious of biodiversity net gain. So obviously, we'd have to give up quite a lot of the site to B&G unless they came forward as self-build, which is an option that could happen after a permission in principle. But that's something that would come in. Yeah. So
and
that
we
would
were
come next.
we were trying to effectively soften the boundaries to the houses to use that as a positive way of creating distance from the houses already there, but also create a positive wildlife sort of corridor.
Yeah.
But also to keep plenty of gardens around them, really. Yeah.
I mean, the big, for us, it's a valley that's prone to flooding. So any water that can be kept on site and delay that runoff. So if you have habitable driveway, road surface up there, and if you can collect grey water and have a dual system, that would be great, rather than it just being feeding into the drainage system. I mean, you have a soak away, but if you can use that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have a 5 billion litre deficit daily in England, they reckon, by 2050. So any water that can be self-generating things would be brilliant.
Well, well, you may or may not be aware, both Bedrutton and Scarlett are very sustainably operated businesses, and that, our intention is absolutely to make sure that the build is sustainable and that care is taken to make sure that the buildings are as sustainable as possible, with all of those things taken into account.
Yeah, great stuff. And it's 6 o'clock, so thank you so much. But we need to get on with the evening.
That's fine.
Always
No,
welcome.
thank you.
You can always sit up in the gallery.
No, for the rest of your meeting, no, that's fine.
Sit and watch
Thank you.
if you want to.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for your time. As I say, if you've got any other thoughts or if there are discussions, then please do come back to me.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you for your time.
We,
Can I have a 5-minute break?
yeah, 5 minutes. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Planning and Licensing, Newquay Town Council on 23rd of July. Have we got any apologies, Duncan?
We have some apologies. We have apologies from Councillors Brooke, North and Morris this evening.
Thank you. Any interest to declare? No, if something pops in your mind, we'll declare it at the time. Meeting management issues. Do we have any meeting management issues? I don't think so. We don't have any in the gallery at the moment. So item 4, minutes. I scanned over these and didn't see any issues. Did anyone see any issues with minutes? No. Yeah, so I'll propose. Sandy seconded. All in favour of the minutes? Yeah, everyone up in that. Any matters of concern over the... no? No, marvellous. Right. Matters arising. That's what I don't know, item 5, right. We've got nobody in the gallery. Any verbal written questions, Duncan?
No, we've had no written questions. Thank you.
Brilliant. Right. Number 7, active consultations. The consultation that we've been emailing around reforming the planning committees. I think most of us have passed comment, haven't we? Well done, Joanna, for the most comprehensive, but with the most experience, I thought. So...
I might dive in here if I may. So, it's not brilliant news, unfortunately. I've had a look. I've had a look at the actual the online content regarding this reform of planning committees, technical consultation, and I apologise for this because I think I should have been aware of this. It actually takes the form of...
It's not another 84 question.
It's another, 15, there are 15 questions here. We have until the 27th if we do want to reply, but I think that what we've got at the moment, I couldn't really turn into a response to 15 questions. I mean, we could sit down for a couple of hours and try and thrash something out, but I don't think...
I can't see what sort of questions are.
Okay, so question 1. Do you agree with the principle of having a 2-tier structure for the national scheme of delegation?
No.
Right, okay, that's good. And then it goes on to ask you what types should fall into tier 1 or tier A, sorry, and what types should fall into tier B. So we've said no, we don't want 2 tiers, and then they ask us what we would like to fit into the 2 tiers.
They've constructed it, haven't they, for their own means. So they're not interested. It will be happening, and it doesn't matter what we say. In other words.
Can we get hold of a copy of what Cornwall Council was saying? Because I think from what I read, Cornwall Council were horrified by this. I mean, the end result will be it will happen, and it have a worse effect on Cornwall Council than it does on us.
Or is it possible we add our name? Can we add our name to Cornwall Councils if they're for that?
We can just say Cornwall Council say.
Yeah.
If we can get hold of what they're saying.
I will do the best. We will have to act quite quickly. I mean, effectively, Friday will probably be our last day because it's unfortunately
27th is a Sunday.
Is the deadline? And it's a Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Brilliant.
And that's added usefulness too, isn't it? Really. If you can find out the state of Cornwall councils, Duncan, and say if we can add. Shall I propose, if they're up for that, if we can add our name to it? If not, we'll support what they have said.
We assume we do support what they
Yeah,
said.
we assume,
What
yeah.
they said to us was pretty negative.
Mm.
I mean, as I said in my comments, the big thing will be we will need to change our position vis-à-vis the
Yeah.
council.
Yeah. Well, shall I? I'm happy to propose that. If somebody can
Oh,
second.
Are you okay with that, Duncan? Is that
If vote,
you can get?
I think, a lot of
If
this
you
is going to depend on what
If you can-
if we can get hold of Cornwall Council's response or draft response and what it actually says.
Is there an overall comment in the 15 questions? Because fundamentally, my comment was this is an attempt to solve a problem that doesn't apply in Cornwall.
Yeah, no,
There
doesn't seem to be that
No.
flexibility.
So
It
I would say
finishes
to the
off.
first question, no, this is attempting to solve a problem that does not apply in Cornwall. Because the planning system works relatively effectively.
it's going to be a case of.
I mean, that's one possibility that we could take, amalgamate the comments that we have and just answer question 1 with an
Question 1 and
amalgamation of what we've
explain
got.
your answer.
Yeah.
If you put disagree and put that, yeah, we could do that. Brilliant.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have the full words, but you've all seen each other's emails, and you've
Yeah.
actually.
I haven't seen everybody's responses, but I think most of them were, this is terrible for local democracy.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, there are other questions involved. There are other things involved in this, such as I mean, you go down to question 15, and we're talking about the certification of planning committee members. So, by the sounds of it, actually having to pass some kind of exam or training.
Cornwall Council does that anyway,
Right. Okay.
but I don't think,
At our level,
having been through the last one that we've just done, they gave us the answers to the test, they said,
Yeah.
this is the test, this is the answers, now submit it. You're thinking, this doesn't seem to be too challenging, but no, we have always been trained and tested for our understanding of planning. This could be a tougher. This could be.
but I mean, I think, that might be fine at Cornwall Council level because you're paid, but at town council and parish level, I think it's completely inappropriate when to expect, parish councillors to start and to go training and certification for it. I think they're beginning to ask too much.
I don't think they're aiming it at your level, are they? I don't think that's the intention.
But the questionnaire is so
That's
poor.
a good answer, though. In
Yeah.
the sense, we are aware that Cornwall Council already does this.
Yes.
We don't feel it's appropriate
Yes.
at the parish level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only another 13 to go.
But can you explain your answer as you go through? Do all the questions have an explain your answer? No, they don't.
Some of them are just yes nos.
What's that one? Asking?
Question 3: do you think further to the working paper on revising development thresholds? So that was creating that middle threshold. Because at the moment you go 1 to 9 and then 10 to as many as you can think of. So they want to create that 10 to 50 threshold.
Which is weird because the treatment is. I mean, what they're basically saying is that less than 9, it's officer decision.
Yeah.
Less than 50, it's officer decision.
Yeah.
More than 50, if you're really, really lucky,
Yeah.
you can persuade officers and the chair of the one committee that will remain to put it. You'll be really, really lucky to get that to committee. That's basically what it means.
These questions are all geared. So this is saying, do you think further to the working paper on revising development thresholds, we should consider including some applications for medium residential development within Tier A? Well, we've already said in question 1 that we're not happy with this two-tier system anyway. The whole thing is geared about Tier A and Tier B, and we've sort of said that we're not happy with that anyway.
So I think really by saying no for question 1 and our comments for that will be enough for that questionnaire, because everything else is just not applicable, is it really? If you don't like the tiering.
That you can get totally unsuitable development in less than. You can get a wonderful estate for 120 houses, and we have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Because it's just standard, because the space is there. You get something right on the edge of the cliff, which is complete, like Whitstone Cliff, for example. that application would come through. Nobody understands that the cliff's going to fall.
Yeah.
And, you know, that application,
It just makes
it's only
up
5
numbers.
houses, why not build right on the edge of a crumbling
Yes.
cliff?
So it's the awkward one, Mrs. Paul, is going to be the problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's applying something where the situation differs, not necessarily based on the number of houses. And it's not a problem in Cornwall.
Yeah.
So that's what I have against it.
Yeah.
I think the middle tier is a waste of space because it's you might just as well
It's
go
red
for-
herring.
Yeah.
Complete red
On
herring.
question 1, you could put no, we disagree, and our reasons, and then put not applicable to all the other questions.
Yes, yes.
That's what we're aiming
Yes.
for.
Are you right? If you're right doing that, Duncan, I'm able to do that. Okay. Right. So.
Yeah.
Can I just say that often the way that the civil servants review responses is that each question gets given to a different person in the team to pull the responses and provide a consolidated response to it. So sometimes it's done via like an Excel spreadsheet in each tab or whatever. So if you leave something saying no comment, those comments won't be taken into consideration when they review it. So what, in my experience when I've done this, you have to repeat, even if it's a copy and paste, you have to repeat your argument of why you disagree with that question.
So are you suggesting then a form of words for question 1 and just stick it into all the other 14 boxes as
Yeah,
well?
where-
We can do that.
Yeah,
Do
I
that,
mean,
yeah.
some of the questions are just yes and no. They don't have a box to put that in. So,
They'll tally it up, they'll go that number of yeses, that number of noes, we do one.
Yeah. so where it is, it's a case of then putting no or disagree then for all those questions, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, Duncan. Are you okay with that? And you okay then sending that off? Do we need to vote on that? Okay, so I'm happy to propose that. Yeah, all in. Yeah, all in favour of that. Wonderful.
I mean, basically, they are trying to oppose something that is not a problem in this county and is not applicable because planning permissions by themselves you just need to look at where it is and what it is.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
funnily enough, the parish council is not going to be restricted by any of this, so we can do exactly what we've done up to now, which is look at applications and look at them in real detail.
Yeah.
And then we need to have a new, not exactly a 5-day protocol, but some way of liaising with the officer. So when they say no, we disagree with you, we need to be able
We
to
have to,
talk that one through further.
more welly. Right, Narrowcliffe Bus Shelter, 7 2 eyes. We had the consultation. Yeah, I mean, I came into town this afternoon to pick my laptop up again, and we do need to do something about the parking on that building site. They were parked. You couldn't. The cyclist who was cycling down the path by the bus shelter on Narrowcliffe. Yeah, the bus shelter on Narrowcliffe outside the Edgecombe that they're doing up.
Right, so on the other side of the road, they got a... Is it off?
So sort of basically the building site, if you can drive down the road a minute.
That's not what we've been consulted on,
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, this had double parked vehicles on it. You couldn't even walk on the pavement. The cyclist coming down had to go into the road. There was cars parked here on the cycle lane and behind it, and come all the way out into the road and back in again. You couldn't walk down it.
No.
That is a different issue.
It is a different issue. I'm just saying it needs sorting out. Duncan, please, somebody to say, I don't know what it would be, highways?
Why not talk to the Cornwall councillor?
A Cornwall councillor, which is you, Joanna. Yes, it's you.
Do send me an email about it then. I will forward it and say we've got real problems with...
We do.
I'm hoping to get a meeting with the enforcement officer because she's coming to town. And I will include that on the list.
And she's lovely. I've met her already.
Yeah.
So where you've got 2 vehicles parked here at the moment, there must have been about 9.
Why is it happening?
Because the builders are working on the site and they're parking there.
So they're parking on highways land, basically.
Yeah. to go to work, as opposed to parking somewhere else. Tough
And
luck.
also
Like,
there you've got the Kilburney Hotel, which has
Yeah.
coaches.
with the coaches pulling in.
outside. You know,
Could be
there's a
nightmares,
total block there.
Yeah. And I had also had as well 2 coaches pulling up. Yes, outside the Kilburney and into that
If
as
you'd
well.
like to send me an
Yeah,
email
yeah.
based on either one of them,
Okay.
I will flag that up as a
Yeah,
problem.
okay. Right. The bus shelter next door.
I didn't get a massive number of responses, but we did have quite a good conversation about it in the meeting.
Yeah.
I've drafted a response based on what I received back. You should have a printed copy of it in front of you, hopefully, if Martin forced the bits of paper on you like I intended him to.
Yes, that was a bit. That was,
So here on page, the last page, not the one page.
You didn't pick up papers.
They were downstairs, weren't they?
Yeah.
I thought they were for the public.
Right. Sorry, you might have to share that with Sandy because it's more recent than his pack there.
all right, okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
That's great, I think that's really good.
Was that all right?
No,
I mean, please check. I'm not precious about it at all. It's based on your comments. It's what you're saying, so change it.
Yeah.
In fact, we have several of them on
Yeah.
Edinburgh Road and Cliff Road, and we've never
Yeah.
had an accident yet.
No.
We have several of them on, but you know, some of them you look at them and think, you know, why aren't we having an accident?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's very frustrating. I mean, I've had that post experiences where they will not do anything until there is a death. They do not make what you perceive a stretch of road to be safer until there is an accident on it. Otherwise, they just don't see there's a problem, which is quite a shocking way round of doing things, I think. But no, I'm happy with that. So propose.
second.
Yeah. All in favour? Oh yes. Wonderful. Thank you, Duncan, for that.
Can I just add one thing? Because
Oh.
I raised the same thing about what the government were doing with the one they want to do at the Great Western. And that one is okay because it's going to be, I mean, it's still an accident waiting to happen, but
Yeah.
effectively it's one that's got little pedestrian crossings between the pavement and
Yeah.
the bus stop, and theoretically enough room for the 20 or 30 people who queue there every time to actually all fit into the
Yeah.
space. So, but apparently that's okay. So
Just don't.
we'll watch that with interest.
Stop it. Yes, we will. Yes, indeed. I mean, that's usually busier than the bus station.
The deadline for this is tomorrow, so I might even
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and get it off after this meeting.
Okay.
all right?
Okay. 7.3.i's street trading policy review.
The street trading policy review. I think I've complained to enough of you for you to be aware that I've had a bit of a nightmare with the planning register this week, so I've been a long way behind where I need to be. The deadline for responses for this is the 15th of August. I do know the current policy quite well, so with your permission, I'd like to sort of kind of report back to you at the next meeting. Is that okay?
That's fine.
I haven't seen anything that troubled me, but I would like to have a closer look at it. So if I can do that, I'd
You
be
actually email us before the next meeting so we can read your comments. Is it very different to what's there already? I mean, they just have to...
I need to kind of reserve my comments till I've had a closer look at it.
The next P&L meeting's on Tuesday, Tuesday the 5th of August. Yes, so we can, and you said the deadline was the 15th, didn't you? So, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you, Duncan. Yes, planning portals. Right, item 8, licensing application. Oh, do we need to vote on that?
Yeah. No, I suppose so. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Just for
happy.
me to.
Joanna seconds sort of, and everyone okay with doing that next meeting? Brilliant, thank you. Right, item 8, discuss and make any decision on licensing applications, and we've got the minor variations at Morrison's.
Yeah, this is a very tame. This is a very tame one. We really don't need to spend any great amount of time on this at all. And their intention is
to permit alterations to the premises consisting of a bakery kit update and some new some new oven stuff. It's one of those that, to be honest, if we were filtering out applications prior to a meeting, we wouldn't even look at this.
Why do they need an application?
Because they're making a small change to fixed structures within an area that's covered by a premises licence. So they have, unfortunately, and these larger businesses do tend to do things by the book.
They're not going to get rid of the bakery, are they?
They aren't. No, you'll be pleased to know they're updating it.
Before you go into a panic mode there,
ideally
Joanna.
making it better, I suppose. For
What?
the
No
customers.
fresh bread at Morrison's?
Yeah. So.
You'd have to declare an interest for that, John.
Morrison's becomes bankrupt because of...
Yeah, so,
Anyway.
my qualified view is that you really don't need to spend any more than 2
No,
seconds on
and that's
this.
fine. Okay, so I'm happy to propose that we don't make a, what's the word? Representation, thank you. Second in, all in. Yeah, oh, I didn't know, Karen was thinking about that then, weren't you? It looked like you were thinking like, no, I don't know. It's nuts, isn't it? Yeah.
It looks like an electrical diagram or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, all psychologically designed to get your money out of you. Right, allegedly. Well, they all are. Right.
A couple of updates on licensing updates, which I hadn't put on the agenda because there's no vote. So the Rum Sailor at Proud Park, the one that we were really unhappy with their ridiculous plans, I'm still waiting to hear back from licensing about hearing date. I'm a little bit worried about this because the dates prescribed in the Licensing Act for things like hearings to happen are really strict, and I am slightly concerned that they've passed. Without anything happening, but I will speak to Sharon about it, the licensing manager again, and we'll see what's happening. I think that there is some slight dispensation if dates really aren't to be messed with in the Licensing Act in the same way that you can extend things in planning. It has to be in the public interest, but we've put in quite a strong objection. And I think it would, I think we could argue that it's in the public interest that this isn't just granted. They really can't do that. I don't know what's happening. It seemed a bit disorganised. And the Barrow Boys street trading consent, again, we're waiting for a date for the Barrow Boys, episode 2. And I haven't heard back about that. But, so it's just so we're just waiting for 2 hearing dates.
So that's just news. Yeah. Joanna?
Really, just to repeat for anybody who's watching the news that you gave us that they are calling in the Spanish thingy.
Saying.
Road, but we don't have to contribute because we didn't produce a representation. Is that right?
I can update you further on that. It took place on Wednesday.
Oh, did it? Oh, good.
Yeah. Mark Warren, the bid manager who put in the objection, didn't attend the hearing. Which you can imagine how that went down. And it was granted, and we should be seeing paella up the road very soon.
It was the same principles as the Barrow Boys down there when the owner of Frido's, that it was like we're still under EU legislation that you can't be seen to prioritise establishments, selling goods. Otherwise, is like free trade. So just because it's off the high street doesn't mean anything, really. I mean, what goes on at so it doesn't surprise me. Joanna?
Can I just say that it's on Manor Road, isn't it? Buses. So people are stopping to get the paella in a bus lane.
But they shouldn't be going down there because it's meant to be a loading or access only, but there will be traffic issues and we'll address those if it becomes a big problem, that cars parking up. because licences can be taken away. Hopefully, yes, which was a concern that I raised at the time. But it could be that, people just using the buses, then it would be an option for them to get food, or waiting for a coach or whatever. So
people walking down, rather
yeah,
than food going and eating.
yeah.
It might be so good that people go out of their way to go down.
Yeah. But if there is starting causing, then we can inform licensing, and licensing can then take that license away. So, Joanna, what were you going after?
I don't think we've got boardmasters on the agenda today, have we?
We haven't.
Right. I had a meeting today, which Kevin Towell and Drew, with licensing in terms of what they are going to do, boardmasters. It was actually very interesting. But the discussion is basically that they're expecting a whole load of people to break the rules, or will start trading without any authorisation, no street trading licence, no pavement licence. We were saying last time they spoke to 27 different businesses and 22 of them weren't compliant. So what they did explain, and it's a new team, but I think they did it last year, they are, Stuart Kenny, spelt with an extra E, and I've forgotten what the name of the other gentleman was, but it was actually quite interesting. So they are going to do pretty much what they did last year, which is definitely have a presence. They've already sort of done an inspection of existing businesses, rather to the upset of the businesses, I understand, to have the base level to see how much compliance and non-compliance. And typically they found a bit of non-compliance. But effectively they can take a note of things, and you can follow up, I suppose, and fine afterwards, but you can't manhandle these people away. You can't say go away. They don't have the power to do that, apparently. So that was really quite interesting. So
was that licensing enforcement or boardmasters you're on about?
That is licensing enforcement.
Oh, really?
So it's nothing to do with boardmasters. What we are anticipating is that, what they are anticipating is exactly as last time. Town's going to be packed. There's going to be a stream of people coming down and walking down, and there are going to be people selling things from their gardens, which they're perfectly entitled to do. I think. And but there are going to be these stalls will be setting up, and they will be and you can't, and apparently you can record them if you can find out who they are, and you can follow it up afterwards, but you cannot actually stop them trading.
No. So I mean, before, when we've had Red Bull with, they're very iconic in the little minis, and gorgeous young individuals going around giving away freebies. We'll photograph them and maybe do a name and shame thing afterwards. And it's so, sad, we have the Rubicon that do their application every year and pay for that. Why can't Red Bull? Why can't these other companies do that? So I think, if we, we need to go around and see if we can record it. And get a record.
One of the useful approaches is actually to, if there are regular offenders, I mean, if you have, speaking from my ex-magistrate's hat, it's only 3 or 4 days and they've disappeared, so there is no harm, there's nothing for them. If they come back year after year and you have evidence that they do that, then the magistrates will sit up and take notice and say, you can have £1,000 fine, which is apparently the maximum. But the sort of profit they can make, maybe they'll just take £1,000 fine on the
But it's also the name and shame, isn't it, really? It's that naming of them and being the publicity that goes against that they couldn't be bothered with local licensing. It's not a good look.
It's bad for something like Red Bull, who are a big business.
Yes.
I can understand why somebody is selling cold drinks from outside their home. I'm sympathising.
Yes, that's not just the problem.
Anyway, so that's where we are. We are going to have the same sort of level of enforcement as we had last time. They will do their best. I mean, they're very conscious that the previous year nobody showed up at all, and they are very conscious that.
Well, at least they showed up last year. Yeah. It was an improvement.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, if they can gather photographic evidence, that would be good. Right. Where have we got to? Yes, previous number 9. Is that right?
Yep.
Consultee notification of household, yeah. Duncan.
Right, so we've got 3 items under this agenda item. The first one is just to ratify the non-material amendment for St Francis Home for Animals. 6 of you responded to this one. You all chose to support the minor variation, and I think that's actually appeared on the Cornwall Council's decision list. So I just need a proposer and a seconder to say that we followed our outside of the meeting process.
Yeah, I'll second that one. Yeah, all in, yeah, we followed the format, yeah.
Thank you to everybody for getting back to me so quickly about that
Yeah.
one. The next one is 15 Trenance Avenue. Some of you will recall this, some of you won't have been here, but those of you who were will probably recall this.
Oh gosh.
Back in March,
The
this
drive.
committee objected to proposals to form a new crossover
Yeah.
and parking and turning area inside that front garden that you can see behind the red vehicles. So vehicles were going to go up the crossover into that garden.
Where that red car's parked, if you can imagine it.
And you had
Karen.
concerns around safe and suitable access, the slope, and also the character study seeks to protect the grass verges along here as well. It was a householder application. We have been notified that it's that there is an appeal. The appeal proceeds under the Householder Appeal Service. We've seen a lot of householder appeals, haven't we?
It's not cheaper.
I suppose. Well, it's just Anyway, there is no opportunity for us
Your comment's
to.
always so good that we don't actually need to add anything because we can't add anything to our comments.
No.
We can't.
No.
We can't add anything. If
But
it's
it
a
becomes
householder
very
appeal,
important, it is when
we
we
can't
object to
add
something.
anything. If it's a planning permission being appealed, we would be asked to take part. But the householder ones we don't. But like I say, we've got quite a strong comment in there, haven't we? And the Cornwall Council gave quite a strong refusal to it.
Yeah.
I'll keep you updated as and when we hear the outcome of it.
Nothing to say then on vote on that.
That drive there that's already existing.
That's a footpath. Yeah. But they're wanting to, so tarmac the slope, basically, to cross the footpath, and then to dig out their garden, put a parking area in front of their house. But it was just
Really taking out the birch, that's
and crossing the pavement. It was just nuts. Anyway, right, okay, next thing, Duncan, was...
So the next thing, you will remember that we looked at it was the 11th of June, in fact. This committee objected to the application. There's a retrospective application for the Grey House on Mount Wise. I'll just bring it up because the street view will probably remind you. So it's a retrospective application for conversion to an HMO. You put in you had a number of points that you were concerned about, although it was noted that the town council are keen to support the HMO proposals, but wouldn't be able to support without a suitable management plan. I mean, some of this relates back to our neighbourhood plan policy H3. Evidence of sufficient waste storage and amenity space, details around fire safety measures, and consideration being given to the Equality Act 2010 regarding making reasonable adjustments to ensure suitable access for people with disabilities or mobility issues. In front of you, I'm hoping that you've got one of these.
Yeah.
Francis, do you?
You got one? Okay. So it's double-sided, that side on the other side.
So basically the officer has come back.
He's addressed everything, hasn't he? And
they have. So I mean, it's really a case of, do you want to? Would you say that you are now in a position to support or raise no objection, or do you want to maintain your objection to this?
I just didn't get to the bottom with the access thing. And what did his building contractor say? Where practical and viable within site, given this is an existing site with topical, it is likely they would seek reasonable interventions, but would consider it unreasonable to require the applicants to make the existing building fully accessible.
Sorry, you know your abbreviation,
Okay. HMO. multiple occupants in. Yeah. No, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah.
And when we did the neighbourhood plan, we were looking at HMOs sort of ruining residential streets.
Yeah.
But the whole, basically, that's probably the one policy that that has changed out of all records. Even though it is very, very popular with local people, where they object to HMOs, but basically with the housing crisis, with these, and also because with the Airbnb, because if these big houses don't become an HMO, become an Airbnb, I'd rather have a better managed HMO with a living manager than Airbnb.
Distinct difference between HMO and Airbnb.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
This is more regulated.
Yeah. They have to have a
HMO.
license.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, they do.
No, they have. HMOs are licensed, houses of multiple occupation. It's where within one building you have many different households within one building.
Yeah.
Often they can be sharing. Sharing
facilities.
some facilities.
Yes.
But you know, it's the typical.
Yeah.
It is licensed.
Are
Yeah.
they all licensed, or just the big ones?
It's not.
No, I believe they're all licensed. Well, oh, what's the threshold? Is it 6? It's 5 or 6. 5 or 6 and it becomes a house of multiple occupation. And there are plenty. Our policy is basically to prevent over-densification in certain areas.
Yeah.
Mount Wise is a classic one, really. There was a time when there were ever such a lot of them. And like Joanna says, it was a policy that came out of the consultation, wasn't it, with the town when the neighbourhood plan was developed. So we just try and spread them out a bit more rather than have them all in one place.
So I'm happy that we support this now with no further issue. Oh well, sort of.
Do you have an opportunity to go, what's our...
You can maintain your objections. I mean, we are being reconsulted, so effectively you support something, you raise an objection to it, you object to it.
Yeah.
That's your choices. It is retrospective.
Yes, in spite of the extra information, I think we're okay then, really.
Can we say no objection?
No objection, yeah.
Retrospective.
Yeah, so I'll propose no objection. Second, everyone okay with that? Yeah, brilliant. Awesome, right, number 10, applications. Here we go, let's just get these up when Duncan's filling them. I can see what the first one is. Number 1, PA 25/04629, NatWest Bank, the old NatWest Bank, on 13 Bank Street. Consent for proposed fascia illuminated internally, projecting signs. I'm just groaning. An internal vinyl application to existing shopfront. Now we do have in documentation, Karen, something which should be interest is or not. Is we have guidance on advertising, and we have objected to like Tesco's putting up 3 illuminated signs when there were people living above it, and that went down to 2. We've changed the fascia size and design from the card factory when that came in, so we can alter this.
What to take into consideration, people living nearby?
Or people living by, just how it looks. Yeah, really, these horrible, great big vinyl backlit things.
How did the Aldi sign get? Sorry.
I was before my day. Before my day.
I think one of the things the shopfront design says is we want to get rid of these big banner signs.
I know, and it's just
a big banner sign.
on a building of character. I mean, it's a stone built.
No, I don't think it's a building. The NatWest that isn't.
Well, it is I suppose it is inside, but.
Don't, because it's
annoyingly
because it's on Bank Street. I haven't been able to get a photograph of it, unfortunately.
I mean, it looks horrible.
Those big banner signs. That's what these. So what would you do instead?
I mean, we're trying to get people living back in the city centre as well, and and getting flats developed over the top, you know, the gaming station opposite above Fat Willie's workshop, that's being converted into flats. Case the chemist has got flats that are coming in over it. So I guess the old NatWest Bank is empty on top. Does it give an idea as to how long it's going to be illuminating its signs for? Because I really don't see the point of an illuminated sign that close, because you can't get that far away from it. I am objecting to that in my mind, that fine, have a sign, but it doesn't need to be illuminated.
But there are ways you can do a sign which is not, because it definitely, we definitely have a policy sometimes looking at.
Oh, we do.
Standard.
Yeah, yeah.
That standard says, ensure signage enhances the shopping environment in the host building. Newquay is full of signs that compete for attention.
Yeah.
Size, shape, material, and colour, which often results in discordant, cluttered shopping environment. Avoid using large box signs that often disregard the icon. Now, to me, that is a large box sign.
Yes, it is.
So I would object to that.
So it's policy D3, shopfront design in the neighbourhood plan.
Yeah.
There's actually a separate. I dug up a national one, didn't I, Duncan? When I did the Tesco's, there's national guidelines on advertising, on advertisement. The trouble is that there's already a precedence with so many signs that have been passed down there.
But that's what the policy says. What we want to do is to work, well, maybe if we do get our conservation area, we want to work with shop owners to get rid of these large signs. So the last thing we need to do is to put in a new one.
Yeah.
Especially if it's illuminated.
I really don't see the point of illumination there. I don't think there's any other illuminated signs going down.
It's an arcade, isn't it, or something like that?
It's a big area.
It's a massive building. Who are these people? Are they all?
Well, it's just, they've got gym clothing in there, haven't they, at the moment, I think?
No, that's the old Midland HSBC.
No.
Does it have any historic? I mean, the pictures don't the pictures don't indicate that it's a historic building. But if it's the old NatWest building,
It's the old NatWest, but it's stone. It's a stone-fronted building.
Yeah.
It has like those partial pillars on it. And it's covering those up.
Next door, but one to Boots.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not the one with the gym clothing
Yeah.
in. It's next door.
That's the old NatWest. It was the one that Councillor Gardner had.
Yes.
It is the NatWest Bank.
Yeah. My worry would be that in order to get that up, they put up something just like I have on the other side where we tried to get rid of it, and they took it down and found a great RSP.
I wish we had sort of a view of them back. I wonder if we Googled a view of NatWest Bank in Newquay. Hang on, let's just Google.
Did Mr. Google van go down there?
No, but we've just Googled an image. NatWest Bank, Newquay.
Obviously a traffic jam.
That's the old NatWest. Yeah.
Bank.
It's a nice stone building.
Newquay and
It's the one.
You don't think it's that one?
No.
no.
No, I don't. I think it's
think it's the one next
no, I think it's quite a modern-looking.
Yeah.
It certainly looks like it in the diagram.
It was split into two. And I think the one that has been taken over by the gym clothing is a different building. Where Gordon used to have his cafe.
Mountain, whatever it is.
So it's there next to Boots. So
It's this one next to the Mountain Warehouse. It's really like a 1960s
yeah, it's a block.
concrete block. It's not the one that you were thinking of.
Yeah.
That
The gym clothing one is to the left of Mountain Warehouse. I
Yeah.
think.
right opposite.
But didn't NatWest Bank moving? It didn't used to be
It
there.
was HSBC.
Well, it's got it at NatWest on the planning application. It was originally NatWest. In the 1980s, it was NatWest, but it merged. Yeah, it merged with HSBC, didn't it, NatWest?
No, HSBC is a separate branch.
Was a separate.
Anyway, I'm still
Anyway,
still proposing
okay.
to object on the basis
They want the
we do not want
NatWest.
large box signs,
No,
and we are
It is
looking
surrounded
to
though.
remove large box signs
NatWest is a
as we get
separate building.
any future, and therefore we don't want another one going in now. Even though it's not the most beautiful building in the world.
I don't think, honestly though, John, I don't think that's going to get anywhere because they are there.
Well,
and
I'm
they're going
still going to do it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm we may not get anywhere, but if that's
Yeah.
what our policy says, then that's what we should be.
I definitely disagree with it needing to be illuminated. And because you haven't got a distance away from it. You know, we're not in the middle of Oxford Street.
You had do something a lot more subtle and still catch the eye.
Yeah.
And the Mountain Warehouse is a big sign, but it's not illuminated.
No, nothing's illuminated down there. But it does have a big vinyl sign. They all have big vinyl signs on there. The card shop's just done. The card shops just had one pass, wasn't it, last year or the year before?
We looked at that for a good long time though, didn't we?
Yeah. No.
Anyway, I'm going to propose objection on the size of the sign, which conflicts with our policy, whichever one goes to the government. We have our concerns about the illumination.
And the illumination. Can we? I did send you a copy of the national guidelines.
I've got it. I have it anyway.
Yeah. Can we? Can you have a look at that? Because I think it's only a small document, but I'm sure there's guidance there on size of lettering and size of the sign as well. That it's too big. And so refer to those guidelines as well.
Yeah, certainly. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll include that. So anything that we can find.
So, John, are you going to propose objection on this? Seconded. Yeah, all in favour? Yeah, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So application 2 is one that I'm doing. So PA 25/04500, 11 Porthway, installation of a roof balcony window to north elevation of sloping roof of detached dormer bungalow. Before I launch into this, Duncan, was there anything else to do with that application? Did you clarify that? Because
no, that's absolutely.
That's it, right? Yeah. Brilliant. Okay.
Part of our confusion came from the fact that I didn't have a clue what a Velux balcony window is.
Yeah. Well, we'll demonstrate
to start that.
Okay.
For that to be the first image that we look at.
Okay, if we do that. So I sent Duncan, because it talked about in the application a Cabrio Velux window, which is a thing. So, and I didn't know what it was, and I'm sort of projecting my lack of knowledge to you guys. But what, is that what I sent you, Duncan?
No, that might be the one that the officer sent me, actually.
Okay, because that isn't necessarily, that isn't what it is. Have you got the link that I sent you? Because that is like a balcony. This window, it actually comes out as a balcony.
That's kind of what that one's doing.
Oh, I'm not. No, it's not. No, it's the window. The window is hinged. Oh.
Right, don't worry, I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen while I
Well, it's the bit under the chimney, is it?
It's basically what's happening. It's on the on the north elevation of Porthway. So do we all know where Porthway is? Off Henver Road.
That's off Porthway Terms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up the hill.
Yeah. So it's part way down the hill, and so the north elevation. So basically facing Whipsey, yeah. And so basically it's a flush Velux window, and literally it hinges out and creates a balcony. It is really weird. Yes. It's like it's hinged. It's its own thing. So I actually googled it, and that gives a. Oh, it's sort of so.
The balcony's on either side. How do they? And then does it go right up?
Oh, it is sort of the same.
It is the same.
So it is the same. Sorry, Duncan. So right. I'm really sorry.
That's quite,
Okay.
that's quite right. I'm going to get back to the picture that the officer sent me just because...
Okay, yeah, you're going to lose your place.
Are they able to stand like on
So
the
they can
balcony?
they can stand out of the roof,
Right.
and it has like the window forms a bit of a little roof to it.
I think it's an incredible
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we're going to see a lot of it. I'd never seen one
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
and the officer, it was new to the officer as well. I think we're going to see a lot of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes up.
I mean, I suppose you could put a
So,
chair and sit on it, perhaps.
I mean,
I
if
think
you
it's just about trying to bring a bit of fresh air. And
Yeah.
life
So this collapses in because if you look at the size of the space here. Sorry, I'm waving this around behind you. If you look at the size of the space, this window is too small. So this will shut down, and then this shuts in.
Does the balcony, you're saying the balustrade actually moves, does it?
I think so. Yes, the whole thing comes in. Yeah. And then it seals. So it's So it's two windows. It's two windows. So the front of it here, they don't show it. I think would be then glass like a window. So then they fit back in together. Yeah. Okay.
But obviously, they potentially create an overlooking issue, whereas
Yes.
a fixed Velux,
Yeah.
they tend to be quite high, probably wouldn't.
And is it
So-
overlooking the road, or is it overlooking?
No, it's overlooking its neighbour to next door. So I'll be suggesting is. So if you can go to the street view, I think really, I don't think we need to go through all these plans and necessary with elevations. So yes, if we can go to the street view, there we go. So this is a property, so it's going to be on the north side. So if you can just drive down, so if bear in mind this window here, it's going to be in the side there by the chimney,
Oh, it's overlooking into the next door, I see.
and it's going straight into the next door neighbour.
What's the point of it?
But if you can stand there, you can see up the coast. I think you'll be, because this is a hill, then I think it will be standing, well, hopefully they've done the maths that it's going to be standing, that you'd be staying.
I'm going to open that elevation just because of that chimney question, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, I
Sarah?
think the chimney's staying from the elevations.
Well, that's north and south.
Right,
must be east
so,
and west.
sorry, there isn't that, sorry, that's the one. Because I looked at all these drawings, and I was...
Yeah, no, the chimney's still there, look. It's to the side of it, yeah.
So it's even more overlooking
Yeah.
this garden.
Yeah, well, it's not, it's the window next door. So,
They're quite close.
the other side of the chimney, that chimney.
yeah, it's in that bit of roof space there, looking straight down into that window, if you drive into there. Yeah. Yeah.
That is quite an acute angle that you'd
Yes.
be looking down.
It is. I'm happy to say no objection if there's no overlooking.
Yes, you'd have to ask about the angle, wouldn't you?
It's the angles, yes, really, in terms of.
Somebody is sitting or even standing on this tiny little balcony,
Mm.
then
Because also with the neighbour, it's got an overhang here. So if you're up here, effectively looking down, I don't think you're going to actually see much. But I'm happy to leave that for the officer to decide.
Is this where you've got 11 and 11A? Is that the way the numbers go here? They're a bit odd.
I don't know if you enlarge that.
But your view is actually towards Porth, which actually isn't towards the house next door.
It's not, no. But effectively, you could look into your neighbour, couldn't it?
Yeah.
If not that you're probably
Certainly, I mean,
inclined.
because it's set behind that chimney, you're certainly closer to their garden.
Yes,
Which
you
might-
definitely
which
have
might not
overlooking
have-
their garden.
Might not have overlooking at the moment.
And it will set a precedent in terms of direction of windows and things, because normally, all the dormers you can see are facing the road, or they're going to be at the back facing the other way, as opposed to in that direction. But What?
Can there be an objection looking into somebody's garden? Would it have to be inside?
You can have, if they,
Yeah.
yeah, you can have a loss of privacy to your back
Yeah.
garden, but most back gardens have there's already a degree
Overlooking.
of overlooking. It's really
Yeah,
about
yeah.
when you create new views.
Yeah.
And this is potentially could be considered a new view, maybe.
It could be a new view, but I mean it's not.
Suggesting no objection or subject to...
Well, I was going to say no objection, subject to there is no overlooking and loss of privacy of the neighbour to the north garden, house and garden, and let the planning officer decide that.
Yeah.
Yeah, seconder for that. Sandy's going to second. Yeah. All in favour of that? Brilliant.
I think we're going to see a lot more of these.
And now I'm presenting the next one as well. Application 3, PA 25/02398, 23 Benithan Road. Expand the existing home and construct a separate building to accommodate the needs of disabled children, ensuring compliance with local regulations.
And Alex.
This is going to be hard.
I do apologise, I've not got the... You might have to guide
I was
me
going to.
slightly here,
Very cynical. You get very cynical.
No, they've got two adult.
They have got two something.
They've got two adult, very autistic children. You know, for looking at, they do a written statement in as well.
You have to bear in mind that if the children aren't there, then if they all move on. I mean, it's not
let's. I said it's going to be difficult. I think it's going to be a case of we'll look at this one. Right. So have you got location plan? So. So yeah, this is I think Arundel Way. We're going along Benithan Road, heading to the old Hotel Riviera site and coming away along here. And we've looked at planning in the past, I think from the neighbour putting a garage maybe in the garden. So effectively, the new build is going to be going in the back garden, and they're extending the house at the back. So bear that in mind, that there's going to be a bungalow there with then the outlook potentially from the buildings behind it from here.
So where exactly is it? Is it a...
So, okay.
Bear in mind this is the fourth year estate, which we think is effective. Sort of backing onto, is it between...
Yes. Yes. It's okay. I was going to...
So is it going from Arundel to...
So that's Arundel. So that's Councillor Hannon's house here on the corner.
And what's the road that's along behind it?
This is the lane that goes behind to access the blocks of accommodation behind.
So you're in the house next door that's got quite a big...
So we had, I think last time we had a meeting, we've got the care home here, and we looked at a premises on the lane opposite. Yeah, so that's like, so yeah.
It's not the fourth year estate again.
No, it's the second bungalow along. So I've done this in a bit of an odd way. So right, we've got the location plan, and I put in 1A the planning statement with the explanation. And this talks about their adult children and their complex needs that they have. So yeah, as you see, their eldest is 38, their youngest is 20, and there's a whole range of, you know, they've got PIPs and all sorts of things, and it is very complex that they need to be cared for, basically. Okay, so so they go on to that to some extent. So if I have a look at number 2, was the existing with the proposed block plans. Okay, so this is the existing block plan. So they have this is the drive, and it goes to a garage at the back garden here. This is the existing site, and you can see what they're doing is they're changing then their house at the back and extending it, and effectively this is a ramp for access, and then this is going to be the new building which fills up the space. So they're still going to have like this. It's a little bit odd on the plans, as you'll see in a minute, that this is still like a storage garage space, but you actually go in the door into it. So it's filling up their back garden area, okay? So then we have a look at the proposed, the existing, okay, you separate, yeah, proposed site plan.
So it's only one
If
of
we
the
goes down.
children would be going in there.
No, they're both going in there.
There's only one bedroom. Or is there more than one floor?
No, there isn't. I think,
Is that okay? I didn't want to turn it around.
well, can we just get to the plan in a minute, Joanna? I hadn't thought, I thought they were both going to be together. I mean, I did have queries about the size of it, but anyway, so, yeah, they're going to be losing the garage shed, and sort of like it's the same. So the ramp's going to be there. So they're extending the living space and having skylights in the extension to the side. So if can we have the street view?
Would be good.
Is there a garage there already?
There is a garage there. Go and keep going round, and drive down there.
Turn right, I'm sure.
Yeah, keep going down. Okay. Okay, where's the entrance to that? Opposite. Okay, right, now turn. Okay, so turn to the other way, okay, keep going around, keep going. No, down the road, you want to turn round. It's behind you. Right, okay. Stop it. Turn round the other way, that's the lane opposite. No, gosh, that's right, okay. Right, now drive down the lane. Drive down Bonothan Road. No, drive, yes, that way. Press the arrow that way, that's it. Right, okay, bingo. Right, it's that house there. Can you drive down a little bit more? Yeah, okay, right. So, okay, can we go back just a smidge? Oh, it's not gonna do it, is it? Okay, go back again. That's it. Yeah, that's it, brilliant, okay. Okay, oh. So what I have a concern of is there's the garage, and basically that's going to be going, and there's going to be this block here. Now, if you look, there's the blocks of flats behind.
Yeah.
I'm going to be concerned that that outlook is going to be a black box. When we get down to it, when we look at the elevations and the extremities. So again, and I don't know if there's any windows at the back of that building there. I'm not sure, but it's how close that building is there. So if we can look at the satellite view, Duncan. Right, if we can zoom in. Okay, that's it. So that's the bungalow there. This is the neighbouring block here. And it's whether, I don't know, because they're going to be filling this here. It's single story.
Is that a
But-
couple of flats?
I don't know if there's any windows there because it's a very close proximity at
So
all.
what's the address of the thing that you just put your red spot on? Is
I
that-
haven't got a clue.
Is that off Plymouth Road? Is that where we're looking?
It was that
That's
the
723.
Right. So
yeah.
basically, there's an offshoot of the Jotham Road that goes to the care home, which is...
No, this isn't the care home one. That's the
No,
opposite. This
they're
is
all
up here.
people's flats.
Oh,
They're
old
the people's
people.
flats,
Well,
yes.
new ones, you mean.
Yeah.
Carmichael Court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's Carmichael, right, got you,
Yeah.
right.
So it's whether it's checking to see if there's any overlooking really from that and outlook. I don't think there is. I think it is a plain wall.
I think
But I'm
it's
just
a
saying-
plain
I'm just
wall,
saying,
'cause
yeah.
the entrance is that way.
Okay. So I'm
It's
just
the other way.
You can see all the other
Yeah.
court buildings have got windows facing
Yeah.
south.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So oh I'm going to get seasick soon, Duncan, at this one. Okay, right. Now, the existing elevations were not available. Are they available now, Duncan, the existing elevations for the house? Yes, they are.
Most of my week trying to track all these down. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's just been an
sorry.
absolute nightmare. No, don't
You
worry.
don't seem to have existing elevation, which is interesting.
That's up there. Yeah.
Existing elevation.
Yes.
I've had to email officers and all sorts to get hold of
So-
these drawings last week.
So, I mean, it is just a plain semi-detached bungalow, back and front. Okay, so the proposed elevation. So effectively then, this is the back of the house. They're extending this bit out into the garden and doing a flat roof infill extension here, which has those two roof lights in, and then they've got this wooden clad, quite nice, large living space and the ramp in front of it.
And that's almost similar to the extensions of the adjacent...
Yeah, I mean, it's quite in keeping, really, but the other way round, because most of those are at the front of the house rather than the back. And then you've got this box, which is then has no windows on three sides, and then only has windows on the front sides, which I don't think they show on here, do they? No. So then they have the new building elevation. And it's made from corrugated iron. It's corrugated metal box. Have you, the next slide, Duncan, sorry, you're... Yeah, if you like, proposed outbuilding plan. Oh, the outbuilding elevation, have you got the proposed outbuilding elevation? So this is the only windows. There is, I think, a roof window on this side. So it has fold-out windows at the front here, but this is set in, so it's like a C shape, which you can't tell from seeing it from the front. So this is what they'll be looking at from their house, from that new extension.
It's a little one-bedroom flat, isn't it? 'Cause it's got a living room.
Yeah, it doesn't have a kitchen or anything, I don't think. So if we then have...
I see what I mean, the garage, that's the existing garage.
Yeah. So if we have a look then at the proposed floor plans. Well, it's got the whole lot, I think.
There is a separate one for the extension.
Have a proposed outbuilding, okay. That's the house, but this has the extension in there. It has the outbuilding in there. Yeah. So these then are those fold-out windows, like concertina French windows, I presume. It still has a door which it's calling a garage, but basically would be a storeroom. And then it has a bedroom, little sitting room, and it's en suite. So there's no cooking facilities there.
How can that be for two?
So it must be just for the one. I don't think it was made clear in.
Possibly for someone to carry the older one.
I don't know.
It's a static garage, because it doesn't seem to have a garage
No, well, this is it. It's lost the garage, but it still has the roof light in it. So I presume they're cladding and then extending the garage building and keeping the garage as is, but sort of boxing it in. I don't know. It'd just be like a storeroom, I presume, with a door. You see, I thought, I'm not convinced if that is the door then for the flat, then you've got this glass concertina door. That's not obvious. I mean, because looking at this, it's got a window structure. It doesn't have it as a door. So I'm not sure on that. And it's a shame then they haven't given it like a porch.
No.
To give it just a covered area then for like that doorway going in, just to give it a little roof. You'd think they'd put a roof over the top of that, and it's not my... Do you see what I mean? It doesn't, it looks like a window. In that, if it's a window, then it hasn't got a door into it. So I was a little bit confused. I am inferring it's like French windows, but then, as I said, it's a bit odd. So if we go back to the elevation, the front elevation for it, that was the housing. Then it had its own elevation, didn't it?
So it looks like it's the younger one. Who's going
That's all right.
Sorry.
We proposed outbuilding. Proposed. There we go. So it's put a window then in the garage, but I don't think that's on the plan. Because this would be the garage bit.
Right.
That's the garage.
That's the garage, but the only access to the flat appears to be these bifolding doors.
Yeah.
But it hasn't given that as a door, and that seems really odd to me. Sorry if I'm being a bit, and I don't think that garage window's there on the plan because it's got the roof light in it.
Do you want me to have a quick look at that? So there's a window.
You see, there's the garage with no window and no window. So
I think what they're planning to do is they're talking about respite. They're talking about respite care. So I think they will introduce someone who will live in that and then take care of the children who are still in their bedrooms in the house. I think that's their idea. That's what they appear to be saying. And then they're saying it will allow the youngest child to gradually develop independent living skills. So he will move, or she will move into that back place.
I haven't got a problem in principle with any of this, but the plans aren't accurate.
No.
That's what I've got. That we're going to be giving permission maybe to something which isn't consistent.
Well, there's a window there, and there isn't.
And there isn't a plan.
And what's the roof going to be like? Is it flat?
It's just a flat roof with that roof light in over the garage.
I mean, we also have to look at it as a precedent for development along the back. But I understand why they need it.
But the bathroom bit in the bottom left-hand corner, where's the window for that?
Well, it won't. They'll probably just have a vent out. There's lots of internal bathrooms you have with no windows.
I suppose the first question, do we have a problem with them building an annex in their garden at that particular point? Forget what it's used for.
No, I
Providing
don't.
there's no windows in the building.
Well, it does
behind.
set a precedent for... But it is backing onto flats. And
the garden's large, so they've still got a front garden, and
depends on
with extending the house.
If they're windows.
Yeah, I don't think they are. I think their windows face quite sensibly.
No, I just put that as a subject to. But I would have liked another skylight over here, or maybe two.
Yeah. You're right about the conflict in the policy, aren't you? Because they've got a window, a Velux window on the roof, or a skylight, and yet the plans say there's a window
at the front.
Outside.
On the plan says there. Right. And why isn't this covered over as a porch? I find that very odd, especially.
Is that down to us to decide?
It's not. It is their choice. But they're going to have concertina doors, That seems an awful lot, you know, when it's blown a gale. It doesn't
But
seem...
again, that's not a planning consideration.
It's
No,
sliding
it's
doors
not.
when necessary.
So I think we need to focus on what we're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
focus on.
yeah.
I mean, if we
I'm-
don't
I'm-
have a problem with them building an annex in the garden, is that what we're saying we
I
set
don't-
a precedent, but we don't have a problem?
I don't have a problem with
Right.
that. It's a big garden, and you know, to fill the gradient, because the steepest gradient you can have is 1 in 12 for a ramp. So that's why it's so large and having to curve round to get the gradient
So there's
round.
no kitchen
No.
because the meals will be provided.
Yeah.
It's got, what they want is no thresholds, that's why you've got
Yeah,
the funny
yeah, yeah,
setup.
yeah,
No
yeah.
thresholds, minimal doors, sliding
Yes.
doors when necessary, which is across the door front. High level toilet,
I am-
accessible bath.
But I am concerned about the aesthetic of it, using
Yeah.
the corrugated sheeting. I don't think, I mean, it's going to be like cooking in an oven, you know, with the hot spells we're having. But the aesthetic with that. Also, because they're building right up to sort of like sorry, I'm pointing this behind you, Duncan, the lack of space for, that I wish it was like set forward a bit more to give them better access around there, and the lack of light going in there.
There's no light, is there?
That if you had, you know, skylights going in.
No, yeah, I think it's there is a window on the left hand side.
Can
I mean, if
they
we're
have
saying in principle the annex is okay, we just think it's ugly. Is
Yeah.
that the problem?
Yeah. And also, they haven't put a drainage plan in there, I don't think.
I think the plans are inaccurate, so...
Yeah.
I
And the
think
plans
we
are
object to
inaccurate.
the plan.
Yeah, and
Fact that the
reluctant
plans are
to.
inaccurate.
If we can get accurate plans in there with windows.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's a very corrugated iron, very, very basic.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheap,
But
basically. But they're.
Are we sufficiently worried to object?
Well, I wouldn't like to think that.
The main thing I would object on this one is it a precedent? Because I think that road is a road that we've carefully discussed the previous applications for on this, because it is a prime location for Airbnbs and things, which, yeah, so for me, that's where...
But I don't think this is a precedent. The Hannons have a flat, a separate annex in their garden.
Do they?
Yes.
Can we see the site plan again?
If you look at the
if
if you look at the satellite image, oh gosh, where are we? Carmino Way. If you scan to your right, Duncan, go down Benython Road to the Arundel right here. This is the Hannon's house. That's the extension they've got in their garden.
That's to the, not behind. So if we then look at there's a sort of road off to houses behind. And then if we carry on going, is it where the red splodge is?
Where what the rest? Yeah, yes, yeah. That's the premises we're looking at.
And where's the annex going? At the end
Here.
of that garden. Oh no,
There.
that side.
There.
Oh, I think I can live with that. But it's not a thing of great beauty. I mean,
No, I'm concerned with the aesthetic of the building material. Really, having that corrugated would be
so
not
that
great.
green space next to it is the green space that belongs to Carmarthen Court.
Yes. And I presume it's got a fence or a wall at the bottom of the garden.
So,
No. No.
I see what they're trying to do. There's one...
Because I mean, really, you see, because the garages are already there at the bottom of the garden.
And that one to the right of where
See
you've got
there?
your... No,
And there's parallel, there's garages there.
Yeah.
And this looks like some sort of structure
Yeah.
at the back there. So there's precedents already there for buildings behind the houses.
Right, can I make a proposal? I'm going to propose no objection, but we think the annex could be better designed, and we have concerns about lighting because there is a conflict between two of the plans that indicate one has got a roof light and the other one has got a window, so there's a conflict within the plans. I think it could be better designed.
Yeah, I think.
But I think in principle, we're okay with the annex being there, we just think it could be better designed.
Better designed and clarification of the plans, and can we have some solar stuff on there as well, wherever it's G2?
Yeah.
And it needs
Yeah, and it's
a soak away. It needs a soak away. It needs runoff.
I would want to check, definitely check that those flats aren't looking
Yes,
down.
and check there's no overlooking. And
Well, the windows don't look in the direction of the flat, do they?
No.
no, well, it's outlook though. Well,
They've got no, the windows, if you look at the windows of the other buildings, the windows are
they're
on
at the
long
front.
side.
Yeah.
But they're looking
So
out towards that green garden, aren't they?
That's okay.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
have thought so, but just to check. Really.
Is that all right, Duncan?
I've just put down no harm to neighbouring properties.
Yeah.
Rule.
Yeah. And nobody had any issues with the house, with the extension at the back of the houses?
I think the precedent's already been set for that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So we have a proposal.
Seconder for that? Francis seconding. All in favour? Yeah. There we go. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, people.
It's not ideal, but it's difficult.
I said it was a difficult one. Right, application 4, PA 25/03692. 10 Central Square, change of use and conversion of restaurant bar, Class E, to a place of worship and associated community facilities, Class F1, including consent to display advertisements. Are you considering this one together with the next application, Duncan?
No, let's look at we'll look at the building. We've got two separate applications here. Although the first one says including consent to display advertisements, that
It's the next
advertising
application.
consent is actually a separate application. So perhaps we'll look at that one separately. So the block and location plan.
Oh, sorry, before that, did we need an annex clause on the previous one? Can we annex clause on that as well, please? I had that written down, I just didn't vocalise it.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. So
This is quite an extraordinary application, I've never seen.
I know, yeah, I know.
I've never seen anything like it.
Are we okay with this? Is it the old Lloyds Bank?
So yes, this is the old Lloyds
Bank. Yeah. Which does have a nice granite frontage.
Yeah. So it's pretty much off, sort of, just off Central Square, and
currently the cave.
No.
No. Next door. No.
No. Cave is
Wax building. Okay.
Terrible signs going up and down.
That used to be Lloyd's.
And it did used to be Lloyd's.
Well, it's still,
The games bar.
Yeah.
but it's closed. It was owned by Wax.
Yeah, but it's it didn't
There's a
last.
stocking grade sign down. Oh, it still has.
But it's closed at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
A nice building.
weren't so
Lovely building.
Yeah.
quite a.
Yeah.
Did we look at the signage for this?
Sorry?
Do you remember looking at the signage
No.
for
I
this?
think it's not there
I think
now.
it just arrived.
It just, it never applied for anything. No. Okay. Anyway, so that's your building. Right. So yeah, we're going to look at the block and location plan just to show you the red line site and to note that the behind the building is the bus station. Right. Now we have I'm not really going to go through this, but we have a sort of supporting information that is kind of giving you as a Christian church, we believe in the love of God in Jesus Christ. I don't know how this relates to planning, but it gives you an, although sometimes I wish there was a God of planning that I could pray to, it kind of gives an idea of some of the activities that they're going to carry out from this church. It's not really a planning document though. In terms of elevations,
Interesting, next to the cave.
yes, indeed.
All islands from one island to the other. I was an island, but not.
Stop it.
So they've got a bank
which
that's
one?
gone into a bar, is now going to a church. And they don't seem to be changing the front at all, except they got rid of the wax side.
Yeah, so we will look at the, so in fact there is a little bit of a change around the front, but we'll look at that in a moment. But the key change, there are no significant changes to the exterior of the building, other than the existing elevation. You'll see towards the back of the building, they are putting in a kitchen extractor unit. Unfortunately, Public Protection have said, well, you've not provided a noise impact assessment associated with this, and so yeah, they're not happy with it until that has been provided.
They think the church is going to be noisier than the restaurant bar.
I think they think the extractor unit is potentially going to be noisy. I don't know about the actual church and it's
bought the building. Sorry. Have they
I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know. I believe one of my colleagues did a little bit, was quite interested in this and had a little look for me. I think that the Blaze Church, Newquay, has been operating out of tall trees. If that means anything to anybody.
Oh my wordy, really?
Yeah.
That's huge tall trees. Will they be taking all 3 dance floors up?
Yeah. We've got a there's obviously quite a they've provided this sort of exotic drawing of the kitchen extractor unit. It does seem quite significant. Noise and impact noise and odour are really going to want to be satisfied that this is going to be.
Doors and windows.
Yeah.
Replacing the roof, replacing all doors and windows.
So that's the existing floor plan. The proposed, there are no real internal changes. We're just given an idea of what they're going to be using the spaces for: kitchen, office, a refreshment station. We've got several activity spaces, but they don't seem to be physically changing the indoor. What I wanted to draw your attention to, though, is that this side, the principal entrance will be this side door. So if we go back to the street view, so currently you've got these, that is going to be the principal entrance there.
No.
Not the front, but this side door. And so if we just go back to the
So they're blocking out the front door?
the proposed elevations.
So they're going to sidelines?
Where are we? Yeah. So this one here, they're I think they're replacing doors and windows, because currently they've sort of got let's just come down. Currently they've sort of got lots of kind of gratings of stuff to stop people robbing the bank.
What they're going to do with windows, because you've got these beautiful wooden, small pane windows. So what are they going to have? What do they think the windows are going to look like?
These aren't. No. I don't think that I don't believe that they're changing those, are they? I certainly. The changes that I could see were on the side of the building. I couldn't. If we're looking at the front of the building, I couldn't.
They're saying replacing all doors and windows, and to do that they're going to need more planning permission, I think. So is this just change of use for any chance?
This is change of use and conversion of a restaurant bar to a place of worship.
They're not asking us about what they're going to do to those lovely windows at the top.
And there is a cash point as well at the front of the building. Are they going to? Is it still there?
Keep that there? Is that still there? I don't know.
It's just still there. It's used all the time.
Oh.
Oh, so
So we're losing another ATM.
Well, they might.
Well, funnily enough, it's not shown on the It is there on the plans, but
it could still stay, couldn't it? Wax have got it there, because there is a big thing about the loss of ATM machines, isn't there?
I think we agonised when they put it there in the first place,
Oh, really?
because it's such a nice building.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was a Lloyd's Bank, so
It was there when the water was there.
yes, because
Yeah.
it's still usable. So
It was still usable from
filling
Wax's
with
point
cash.
of view.
Somebody wants to be filling it with cash.
I mean, just as a point of interest, that little alleyway is used by the drunks all the time to go and take the lead themselves. So if their main entrance is going to be down there, that's going to be interesting.
Well, maybe it will get the people to use somewhere else. If it's more of a regularly used, no one goes down that alleyway, do they? So if it's actually a used location, then it will disperse these individuals.
Where it's been asked about change of use, is that right?
yes, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the key element of this application. Is is a change to F1, which is.
Well, it's interesting.
Aluminium. If you're happy or unhappy with that, it's not a listed building, but it's not UPVC. I don't know what happened to that under wax.
Yeah.
So then we're going to
It's-
have the side door.
Well, I don't know where that would be.
And then a lobby. Yeah.
Well, does the proposed development require materials to be used externally? Yes, and they have given detail
yes,
of that,
In which
and that's
case-
windows and doors. A couple more out the side there.
Do they have a... who to recommend that checks with this for fire?
Building regs and building
That would
regs
just be building regs. Yeah, okay. Because I'm not sure it's a quality space for childcare that they're proposing, but still. So what?
The heritage stuff, I've got your noise report, obviously public protection need to be satisfied, and I've got G2.
So have they,
like an objection.
It's a 3-storey building. Have they got anything for the top floor?
1, 2.
Oh, okay.
I think that's probably a void space up there.
Okay. Okay. So what are we suggesting here? No objection, but
no objection because I think we.
Do you want to press your press it on?
I'm going to propose no objection. Change of use is, I don't think, a problem, although it is a very interesting place to actually put a church. That we would like to hear on the basis that they are planning to change the windows. They would like to sort of have the heritage officer to have a
sash
look.
windows.
And they're talking about replacing the roof as well. I mean, it's going to cost them a lot of money. But so I think that's probably a no objection because rather than a support.
I would like to know if the cash point is planning on staying.
What's happening with the cash point?
I think what's happening with the cash point?
It's just useless.
And I wouldn't like to think that the architecture is going to be covered over in any way because it is sort of a nice frontage to that building.
And it doesn't.
Was a nice frontage. Just lost a little of it.
I mean,
well, the basics are still there, isn't it? It's just attraction from the windows being filled in.
The diagrams appear to say that it's going to keep its frontage.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to take the wax sign away, thank goodness, and that had a long thing as well, didn't it?
Yeah, let's.
It's very dark in there, so presumably all those boards will be off, and if the windows are being replaced in keeping with the building, it'll improve it, won't it?
Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
There's life to it.
I think the windows on the ground floor are pretty horrid, but the ones up top are look like they are original.
Yeah.
So seconder for Joanna's proposal. Sandy's going to second. Are we all in? Yeah, brilliant. So if you want to share the next.
Somebody has to go in and fill up the ATM, don't they? So somebody has to actually put money in.
It works, but I know. I just saw the
still
other
working
morning
now.
somebody using it.
So do you want to turn that off a minute, Joanna? It's 7:45. Does anybody need a quick pee stop? Or are we happy to keep going? Keep going. That's Francis, you all right with that? Yeah. Application 5 PA 25/0363693. Same location. This is an internally static. Oh gosh, another illuminated projection sign. Oh, please don't let it be a cross. It's going to turn into Reno.
This west elevation is probably the best one to look at. There are 2 signs, as you can see. One is protruding sign,
which is already there,
and then they've got one over what's going to be the new principal entrance. Okay. We have a little bit of detail here. So this is the protruding sign illuminated with Blaze Church Newquay logo. That will be protruding at the front, and then the one by this principal entrance, the side door, will just be, it's illuminated again, but it's not protruding, it's flat against the wall.
Well, it's just going to be illuminating a wall. It's just illuminated against the wall. Is the current wax sign illuminated? Because there's a current wax circular sign on the bracket.
We never saw a...
There, isn't there? There's that one there.
Yeah.
It's got electrics going into it, hasn't it, above it?
It's the same, isn't it? Isn't it?
It's got electric there.
So it's internally illuminated. We never saw an application for it, so we don't know.
But there's electrics going into the sign from above it, so we assume it is illuminated. Well, it's already there and done and dusted, isn't it? I'm not sure why. Well, I suppose around the corner. Are they having it in the same position, or are they having it higher? Because it's quite low down, that, isn't it? Really.
They do give some thought.
If we put it's going to be the same place, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. They've certainly established on one of these drawings. They've established the height is sensible. Oh, it's this one here. Turn my head a bit. It's,
they're going to put another one at the front.
Ground level varies not less than 3 metres to underside of projecting sign. So
they're moving it to the front by the door.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
A bit crazy because they're not using that entrance.
Yeah. By the door.
Oh, I see. So it's not the same.
No, it's not the same. Oh, they have one. They have two. Oh my gosh, wax is just completely evident.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? So we're actually losing an illuminated sign as a result of this application on the front of the building, anyway.
Yeah.
Have they got any more? Look at that.
Oh, it's ridiculous. So under national guidance, how that wouldn't have gone through, just having 4 illuminated signs is complete overkill, you know, with the Tesco thing that we got down from 3 to 2. I don't like the illumination thing. I find it very unnecessary.
Give them permission for one front and not 2.
Well, that's all they're asking for, isn't it?
No, they want the one round by the side door.
They want this one. They won't be one here, and there'll be one
round
on
the
the
side
side
in
of the
the alley.
building that's flat to the
And just
flat
being
to the wall.
illuminated to the wall, you know, 4 foot opposite.
But I think it's quite discreet. I mean, it's white lettering on a black background.
Yeah, and I haven't got, you know, I mean, we can see it's wax, for instance, there, can't you? And you can see the far one that says wax. Why does it have to be lit? I don't see the point of the illumination. Yeah, but there's no, I mean, we're trying to cut back on illuminated signs, I would have thought.
At the front of the building, to have one by the main door that isn't going to be open.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
It's a bit odd. I mean, by all means, have the one by the cash point and the one flat against the wall.
Yeah.
That's where their entrance is going to be. But
This
why
is
have
logical,
one
it's
by
not
the...
asked for us to jump.
No. So what are we saying to this then? No objection?
What's the call? I would object to 3 signs. I'm just saying
but they're not
2.
They're not asking for 3, they just want the 2.
They want one here, and they're going to
But that one, put that one.
Right, okay.
Should we say no? Should we say no? I shouldn't be doing this because it's my area. Should somebody else like to say something like no objection? With some concern about light, the lit
illumination of it.
Yeah.
It's just, is that really needed? I mean, those streets are lit, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, I do think that the sign at the front is in the wrong position.
It is, yes. Yes, it is, yes.
In fact, I can't say.
No, there, no,
Oh, okay.
no. Yeah, I'll propose that. Seconder, Sandy's going to second that one. All in. Yeah, well done. Brilliant.
Also, I will say, kind of must not detract from this non-designated heritage asset. Yeah.
Yeah. And if they can keep the ATM, all well and good, really. Right, application 6, PA 25/04837, 51 Chatheris Road. Proposed extensions and alterations. And we'll keep a close look on because we'll have to, oh, mind you, we didn't start until 8 minutes past or something. 8 minutes past?
6 minutes past.
Yeah,
So
we're all right, yeah.
Right. So, if you want to close let's just close this one. '51 Terrace Road. So, let's say it's 51 is to the yes, right. Right. So 51. It isn't where that red pointer is. It's this property here. Kind of at the end of the cul-de-sac. Street view, I've written to myself that the street view is not great, so let's have a look. Right, there it was. So this is the cul-de-sac, and there's the property at the end.
Oh, nice bungalows.
Is this the one that goes up the hill? 251. So you take a sharp left off the Ferris Road and goes up. It's not, is it?
No.
So you come up,
You take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you swing off and it goes up a hill.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's at right angles to. It's at right
Yes.
angles to the main road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a walk through to. I can't remember where it walks through.
Go down to Duke's Way. Is it down to Duke's Way? Are we down that way? The other way.
That's Duke's Way, Shackleton. It's the one. It's Pydale.
Oh, Pydale Close.
So there's a little background to this which is relevant. There was a pre-app to this, and the conclusion of which was, in summary, the proposed extensions are acceptable in design and visual impact terms. In terms of neighbour impact, a full assessment will need to be made on a site visit should an application be submitted. It should be considered to look into revisions to reduce the potential overbearing impact to the neighbours to the south, as discussed in the pre-application report. So, just bear that in mind, and we'll come back to that at the end. Okay, so let's get on the right one. So, location block plan. Yeah, there you go. It's just really to show you the application site and the property itself and its proximity to its neighbours. When they were talking about impact on neighbours, they were specifically referring to the neighbours to the south, I believe.
And they're quite a long way down. Because that is a hill I've delivered in.
Oh no, he's taken.
I'd like that Francis's biscuits minuted, if you don't mind. Councillor Williamson took biscuits.
You have a whole plate of
What should have done?
Right.
No, Joanna, just put it there.
Oh, I see.
Right. So let's see. We'll look at that one actually. So you can see that the extensions being put onto the house are hatched in grey there. Two of these are effectively infill, and there's one which modestly extends the building line northwards. We'll have a look at the elevations now. Right, I'm going to start with I thought it'd be best to start with the floor plans actually. Right, so that's your existing floor plan, and the proposed, as you can see, I'm going to start from left to right, I think. So you've got, this is that extension of the building line northwards. It's creating a couple of en-suites for the downstairs bedroom. At the bottom here, we've got one of the bits of infill that allows an extension to the living room. So you see, you've got the living room there. They're infilling there, creating this extension to the living room. And then the bit at the top, at the moment, you've got a conservatory there. The proposal puts bricks and mortar and squares it all off. So it's allowing this kind of more open plan kitchen dining room. The roof plan, well, you can see you've got sort of this slightly longer footprint to the building. Perhaps the most significant change, though, is at the bottom here, the extension of the pitched roof and the extension of the gable end to the roof. So you'll see that we're extending both northwards, but we're also extending over the flat roof section with the pitched gable-ended roof, and then they're creating another gable end where that living room is, basically over that living room space.
These are oriented the wrong way, though, aren't they?
That's the way that they've provided them. So, right. So, in terms of the elevations, so if you look at the west elevation, and so you can see they've extended the pitched roof, and you've got this new gable end facing at the front of the building.
Which is just facing.
Effectively above that garage door.
Yeah.
Facing down the road.
Yeah, facing towards us.
Yeah.
Okay. The north one, that's top right. So that's kind of just showing us the kind of new profile conservatory being replaced by this built section and this new pitch roof gable end. The east is the rear of the building, so that's sort of the rear of that flat roof garage section. So you can see the roof extending along that way. Now that's extending in the southern direction. So that's the one that in the pre-app that they actually had an issue, because you've created in that southern section, you've created this new gable section and you've extended the roof in that direction. That's what they were upset. That's what, sorry, the officer wasn't upset about it. That's what he was concerned about. So, thanks to the magic of technology, though, I received today a revised floor plan and elevation. So after this was accompanied by a statement that said, after much consideration, we have taken, this from the applicant, we have taken into account the comments from the pre-app response, and we've amended the roof design so that a hip end is now provided at the south elevation. This will minimise any perceived overbearing and light loss to neighbouring properties. So this is what they were going to do. And if you look at the proposed west, you'll see that gable end is now gone. It's because it's hipped. And if you look at the east elevation, that the one on the bottom left, you could, sorry, not that one, that one. You could see it was extending with a gable end. They're now making it into a hipped roof. So you can see they have actually, in the last 24 hours or something, they have actually brought it more into line with the pre-app that the officer said. That's your application.
Can we have the site plan? Have a look at the site plan. The location plan, is it, or the site plan? The location plan.
That
Yeah.
one?
I don't see how that, no, the one they're proposing, that's the existing, I think.
I thought they seemed far enough away as well. We can't really see, unfortunately, from here, but I thought they seemed far enough away. That was what the pre-app came up with, and they have responded to it, albeit with the second set of drawings.
I mean, I haven't got any problems with this at all. Can I propose that we support this? Yeah. Seconded by Sandy. All in favour?
Probably better say subject to...
Subject, yeah. Yeah. Overbearing to neighbours. And some G2, please. Does it need a water report as well? Did you say?
Can you have a look at your comments document? Has it got application 6 on there? Because my notes say we're waiting for a water comment. I have a feeling that one might have come in.
Sorry, are you looking at comments?
Yeah. I've not got a comments document.
Application proposed.
It's application 6.
There is one comment on this one. It's taking its time, though.
Should method be an about.
Oh, yes.
Surface water strategies were provided with this planning plan. Please note that the discharge into the ground infiltration is Southwest Water's favoured method and meets with the runoff destination.
Oh, there you go. So Southwest Water were happy with that.
Yeah, so they're happy.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I'll include that.
Brilliant.
Subject to no harms to neighbouring properties. Yep.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, awesome. Go us.
Right then.
Go you. So this is application 7, PA 25/03562 31 Headley Road, proposed new roof and first floor accommodation.
Right.
Where's Headley Road?
Right. Parallel to the other one.
No.
So it goes towards the hospital.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, off Trellis Road. Over the boating lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So the property in question is actually it's the one immediately south of the red point. That I think I pointed to probably in the right place.
So it's on that bend going
It's
round.
on the corner.
Yes, it's sort of quite a large, I mean, call that a corner plot, I suppose. I'm going to use the map from 2009 because it's the least cluttered. If you kind of sort of look at the others they've got, there's all sorts of stuff there. But the 2009 one is nice. It's nice and uncluttered, and we can see the no sort of automotive
Again, have they lost the garage or?
project.
No, it's still there, I think.
I didn't see any comments.
No, they aren't.
So let's have a look at the
Gosh, it's going to impact on the neighbour behind if they're raising the
plans
roof.
then.
So it's already a two-storey building, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's on the slope though. It's
Yeah, so that's just to give you an idea of the application site, the property boundary, effectively. Block plans, right? So I've got 2 here. I think we can nicely compare those. Oh, they didn't really actually. They weren't that useful, to be honest. They just. Yeah, they are a bit small. The key takeaway from these was that there's not really much of a change in the footprint, apart from. I'll just zoom in a little bit. You can see that you've got this bay window here. We can see it on the.
Yeah.
That wall will be flattened off. So if we look at the proposed, you can see that wall is, and they've managed to include one of those cars in this one as well. They've flattened off the front there, so that bay.
It's basically a bungalow with the underfloor garage, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, because
so next up, elevations. Let's compare these.
Making that room bigger.
No, they're making it into a full-on house.
Yeah, no, look, if you read it, proposed new roof,
Yes,
new roof
and
and
first
floor accommodation. They are creating a new floor to this.
Oh.
So at the moment, what they've got is sub-basement and ground, is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Effectively, you've got what I would call a ground floor
But just
and a lower ground floor.
Hold that, Duncan, hold that.
It's a bungalow on top of the slope, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the neighbour here. So this is going to be up here, accommodating, and that is the neighbour, and this is south of the neighbour. So there's going to be light and outlook issues because they're very close together, those two buildings, and losing the tiered effect.
It's a classic tiered effect.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Potentially. Right, where were we? Elevations. Right, where are we going to start? The south elevation. That's the one, south elevation.
Gosh, look at it to the neighbour, to the west.
So that's your existing south, and that's your proposed, so it's pretty...
Can we see this existing?
That's the existing,
Yeah.
and that's your proposed. So you can see, so the first key thing, obviously, that you're going to be interested in is the ridge height. The ridge height is by my reckoning, is increasing by 1 metre.
I wish architects would actually do this rather than groping around.
From big hit to gable ended, so you can see you've got
yes.
Here. So that adds, obviously that adds kind of scale and mass. And usable floor space, obviously at first floor level.
Is that setting a precedent on the road in terms of look on the road?
I don't think it does because it's in such a unique position.
I don't know, driving it, I mean, that is the entrance way down that avenue, isn't it? On the road.
What you've got at the front here is the bay windows gone, that's replaced by
Juliet balcony.
Fenestration to floor level with a Juliet balcony. You've got the addition of a south-facing dormer at the first floor level and a glass balustrade at what is the ground floor level, which is, well, I think you saw it on there, especially that patio there.
Gosh, that's huge.
Balustrade
Above the ridgeline that they have built.
by about a metre.
They've got these two chimneys, haven't they? Are they, what's happening to them? Yeah, the chimneys are going.
The chimneys go, yeah, because they're remodelling the whole roof. The whole roof is coming off, they're building up, and then they're rebuilding. The floor plans, I mean, they don't tell us that much. There's no change in the footprint. Lower ground floor level is the garage, and there's no real change there. So you'll see at the existing, you've just got this garage at lower ground floor level, and then the first floor level. The property goes from 3 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms. Kind of 2 bedrooms upstairs with both with ensuite, and then they get rid of the bedroom, the ground floor level, and make a bit better use of the space that better use of the space that they've got. But that's the new floor that they're creating there. So there you go. Over to you.
Can I have a look at the street scene, which shows what the house next to the is it east or west? Which will be the one up above. Can we get any nearer to that to see if it's got any windows? I mean,
It's just got that side window there.
Yeah, it hasn't really got.
No, so
I mean, that looks possibly like it could be a bathroom. It looks obscured to me.
So although it is affecting the terracing, it doesn't look like it's going to get in anybody's view.
How much higher is the building going to be in relation to the house next door?
It's coming up to the same level, just about. No, it's still above it. According to the diagram, it's still above. So, down. If you look at
seeing it sideways on, then actually still a metre, you've still got the terraced effect if there is a metre there.
The difference between those
yes, it's more than a metre. It is.
Okay. But the terracing is really about the view, so that you can, and they don't appear to have a window that affects the view.
Right.
Looking at that side window, if you look at the front of that house, in my image, it's a blue, June 2023. You got an old image, haven't you, I think? June 2003, it's like a blue house. And that window there looks like it is an office, it is the front sitting room. So that side window that here is letting light into their sitting room. And this is to the south of it. So
It's going to be much higher, isn't it?
Is it coming forward?
And it's not in line with it.
it's not in line with it, but would have impacted on it though, from not far off from south round to the west. So,
You should be looking at some light loss to, I think it's number
Depends
33.
what that room is.
so, but it looks like it's a front room, looking at the front house, because you can see right through it, isn't it? It obviously goes all the way through to the back. You can see the light through it. Yeah, it looks like they've got a bedroom window with net curtains then on the right.
So I'm not sure it's.
They've had netting there, so they don't want people looking into it from there.
Is it further forward? That one is further forward than the house, isn't it? Is it, or is that
Sorry,
just
what
an
do you mean?
optical illusion?
I think that's
House
not.
behind,
It's
The building.
yeah, I think it's an optical illusion actually. Looking at it side on. I mean, what we could say is no objection pending that there is no shading impact on its neighbour to the north.
Yeah, so this is one that Sarah referred to as a blue house. So its building line is significantly further forward or further eastwards
And they're not moving.
than the
they're
neighbour
not
below.
changing the footprint. They're merely changing the roof. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So that will cast a bigger shadow at something. So that will be something for the planning officer to decide.
If they'd got windows there, I'd have been very concerned. But
Yeah.
I don't think that little one is going to make.
But I'm not sure because it's going to be impacting the height in terms of the impact for their back garden as well. Are there any windows that they're putting in the back there? That's the front.
Well, there are
back.
obviously more windows. It's quite useful. There's a Velux window, I think.
It's a Velux window.
Yes, there's a couple.
Yeah, so at the moment, you've just got the ground level windows.
That's the side. It's the back in terms of with the back garden of the neighbour.
So the north elevation has got that sort of.
Is there a window on this side? So on the east
North.
elevation.
That's the east that you're looking
Oh,
at. So I
okay,
think that you're talking about the north elevation. That's the back. So, right. And this is quite a useful diagram because this shows you the existing ridge height as well.
Oh gosh, it's quite an extension, isn't it?
So it is 1 metre 4 centimetres in fact. So let's just get that north elevation up. That one. So that's what it looks like at what we call it, the rear of the house, the one that's facing the house, sort of. That's up the thing.
So that's quite a increase in mass as well, isn't it?
But I think because of the way the other one is designed, I think it's acceptable.
But if we can just put it subject to. So are we okay with no objection then?
Yeah.
I mean, with me with lots of bungalows.
Not madly enthusiastic about it.
I'm not madly enthusiastic. And we want all the solar power stuff, please, definitely. And
There were any comments regarding this one?
Southwest Water, well, I suppose there is an increase in the footprint, is there?
Which roof is this facing south?
The other side, this is the north side, so
So they should.
that's the south. That should have
It
solar
should have
panels.
solar panels, shouldn't it?
It
But
should
it's
do.
a bit more awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can certainly encourage that.
I mean, it's not creating any new views there, is it? I mean, the patio area is huge. Can we make a note that the patio be permeable?
I've got rid of the bay.
Because it is a very big patio area, that one. Is the current entrance for the drive right on the corner?
It's got a drive and then it goes into it, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it does, doesn't it?
It's a very
Gosh.
peculiar site because it's on that corner.
Yeah, with the steps up to it and the glass balustrade. Yeah, and it's not looking over anything opposite. It's all hedged and fenced and things. Yeah. So, anyone making a proposal? This one?
Propose no objection.
Pending all those bits and pieces, Duncan. I'll second that. Are we voting on that one? Yep. Marvellous, thank you.
Interesting.
Great. Yeah.
Some of us have seen this.
PA, application 8, PA 25/04883, 12 Whipsey Close, replacement dwelling in lieu of approved extension, and alteration application from last year.
Some of us have seen this house more than once.
A few times.
Yeah. There are 2 public comments.
Oh, yeah.
You'll note.
One support.
We'll
and one...
perhaps come to those in a minute. I don't think they were objections. They aren't marked as objections, but they do
As
have something to
concerns.
say.
Yeah.
So it is so Whipsey Close is a private road, as we know. We know from street trading during Boardmasters last year because we ended up with street traders at the mouth of it, which
It's quite close to where we saw the presentation.
Yeah.
yeah, Cornwall Council did a reasonable job of getting rid of the hot dog seller actually. So it's the last one on the north side of the close. So this one here. There is no street view as such because it's a private road, so the Google car does not go down it. Where are we? What's so close? Yeah, so we don't actually go down it, but it's it's down this road here, all right. The DNA statement tells us there have been several successful planning applications in the area following a trend of updating older homes to match modern design standards and surrounding architecture, and I think you can appreciate that being the case. Two of these permissions, they're referring to successful planning applications. 2 of them have actually related to this particular property. So in January 2022, this committee gave their support to proposals for a replacement dwelling on this site, which we can have a look at. Where are we? This one. So yeah, so we said yes to this one. I'm going to make this quite a bit bigger actually, so that you can.
Oh, it's
Oops.
that one.
It's that one, yes. Where are we? There we go. Plonk him in the middle. So January 2022. This was an application for a replacement dwelling, and this committee said, "Yep." We gave our support to it. In October 2024, this committee raised no objections to proposals for a first floor and side extension. So not a replacement dwelling, but an extension, and really like quite serious remodelling. It was in the same style, I think you can appreciate, as the a similar style to the one that we'd given support to, and this as well gives you a nice photograph of the existing property, and yeah, and I mean it's fascinating to see that can be turned into that without pulling the existing one down. Anyway, the third application, the one that we're looking at tonight, we are looking at a replacement again rather than an extension. And it looks almost exactly the same as the last application that was approved, the extension one. So I'm going to look at that at...
So instead, it's the same sort of plan, but they're knocking the original down and not pretending it's
very much, yeah. They've obviously arrived at a shape that they like when they looked at it in 2024, and this is what they can do. But this won't be an extension, a remodelling of the existing. This will be pulling down the existing.
Yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense making that make sense.
No.
Apparently they are new.
It has already been approved in terms of style. And we have actually said they have actually got permission for what was the first one was actually a bigger scheme. So, so this is actually a smaller scheme. You don't probably need to see the floor plans, do you?
No.
Unless you're particularly curious.
No. The second one is an improvement on the...
You think that it's an improvement on that? Yeah, you're probably right.
It's detraction away back to neighbours. It's going back almost to the other side.
Sorry, Francis.
So I was just agreeing, the second one feels less blocky.
Yeah.
Very blocky.
So
I was going to say the two comments are both saying that the roof line appears to be higher than the previous application.
By 30 centimetres.
By 30 centimetres, that's very little.
They're also talking about an outbuilding, which of course they've got some concern of as well.
So the previous, so the existing site plan, there's a shed at the back of the garden. The previous approval has this outbuilding at the top of the picture there, and then this current one also has that outbuilding. So effectively this outbuilding, I do understand that people might be concerned about it. Planning have already said yes to this outbuilding one.
Sorry, when we went back to that previous one, what's that on about? Is that terracing on the side?
No, that's the neighbour that they put the neighbour on, and as opposed to that.
Yeah. So, and in actual fact, I mean, there's you can see that the footprint is actually slightly of the current one is actually slightly smaller than the slightly smaller footprint, 30 centimetres taller.
And I think they've got solar panels on the roof, haven't they? Yeah, those are all solar panels. This
was always about
and we clarified it, didn't we? There was no overlooking with the side. I think that we had on the west side, I think we put in from obscure glass in from the slit side windows, I think that they had in the drawing. They don't seem to have them. This is a roof plan, isn't it? From above, elevations, visuals. So those windows at the side there upstairs. And have they got on full-on access to this balcony now, Duncan? Because there's no balustrade around it. You see, before, I don't...
Let's have a...
It's that first floor plan. Oh, yeah.
But in principle, it's not a lot different to what's already been approved.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying, that it's been agreed. So that's around the side. And no, it hasn't, does it? No, they're windows.
Yeah, no. So I don't think
no, they're not in the roof. So as can we make a note of that? As you know, that they don't have access to that roof. I think those are like louvre windows of some sort, aren't they? Yeah. Because then there isn't a safety barrier there, and that's really close to the neighbours then in terms of overlooking their back garden things. So no access to that. And then can we make sure we've still got a permeable surface, please, around that with looks like they've got paving and their driveway. Yeah, and I presume there's soakaways on it. There hasn't. Yeah, there we go. And if you want to make a note of that, it's just to address the concerns that they've made that they've already got planning permission for the outbuilding at the rear. So, and yeah, and an annex condition on it, even though there's no access to it from the side because there's no room to get around there, but we can stick that on.
Is it just a shed?
And that 300 millimetres increase in roof height is very small, and it's not impacting on the neighbours at all. And there's variable roof heights on the road as well already, so.
Yeah, that does look a little bit annexy, doesn't it? That, Yeah, I think you're right about the annex condition.
Have they given floor plans for the annex?
I think it was going to be a gym, wasn't it, from memory? Gym? Or I don't think it had I think it was a single room, but
A lot of windows for something that isn't an annex.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not appropriate.
Yeah, yeah.
It must be a big shed.
If it's not
Yeah.
appropriate, the officer will. It looks like more than a shed, doesn't it? It looks like anything, can it? Workshop, anything.
Neighbours concerned, it's difficult to determine from documents what the purpose of the building is.
Yeah.
Now, from visuals in the DA
Yeah.
estate, it resembles a small dwelling in the rear garden. We asked that restrictions on the use of the building were placed on condition of any approval, as this building is adjacent to the rear garden of Odds Trevelyan Road.
Yeah. Can we?
Residential or holiday use would have a negative impact on the amenity values surrounding
Yeah.
gardens.
Which is very true.
Yeah, I can't see anything that tells us. So you're not saying much about that.
No.
So we'll ask a question about
Yeah. So are we saying no objection pending all those bits and bobs? Yeah, yeah. So I'll propose that. Sandy's seconding. All in favour? Yeah. Wonderful, thank you.
There we go, that's all right.
Number 11, terms of reference and risk assessment update. Duncan, because we're really risky people.
Not this time.
No, not
The daring do.
Not this time.
Do we need a risk assessment for the chocolate digestives?
I did start writing one once upon a time. I soon gave up.
No.
I think I can sort of share my screen now. Actually, there we go. All right. Yeah. So there's nothing to do with risk assessments.
Okay. 12 then, reports and any associated recommendations from working parties, and you've got working party memberships.
I have. I went out to the world.
You went out to the world.
And you have. These are your working parties.
Wonderful.
For both of those.
Yuki neighbourhood plan.
Yeah. So. The detail at the top is from last time. So the parking working party never had a regularly scheduled meeting.
No. It was as and when
will
stuff
be called on a need and convenience basis. Bearing in mind that you have got that FOI stuff that we got,
Yeah.
which hasn't actually been looked at yet.
can I just say for Karen's benefit, there's very little to do with parking on it, even though that's the name of the working party. When I joined it, I thought there was going to be more to do with parking than there is, and but just it's general highway stuff. Okay. Yeah. It does include parking, but I think it'd be better named maybe highways, roads. Yes.
Or highways.
So we've had debates about when there's been some money in the pot as to where might get some double yellow lines or improve signage or those sort of things. So we discussed that as well. It's not all about parking. Just to clarify, in case you
change its name to parking and highways, or
I would prefer that. I've got to admit.
I think that's the first meeting. We probably need to call a meeting of both of these, but possibly not until after.
After the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you right there with that, Duncan?
Yeah, sure. I just had a question to remind me. It's disappeared.
Sorry, I put you off, didn't I? Because one thing.
Yes. So I wanted to ask Joanna, whilst I remember.
Okay.
The Community Network Area Highway Scheme.
Yes.
Is that still, as a Cornwall councillor, is that still a thing?
Right. So the community network area was the small one. Community network area, which was just St Colin Major to here and the assorted villages round. We had some money left. I think we spent the last of it last year, or I think just the beginning of this year. I think the last monies was actually the thing they've done in Penty, at the bottom of Penty Hill, and that came from the network meeting. What we now have is the community partnership, which is from St Colin Major to Perrin-Worth, or wherever that is.
When to St Agnes, yeah.
Oh, we've already had some wind there, but yeah, down to St Agnes, so it's huge. And as yet, they haven't announced a highway budget for and heaven knows, I mean, the network worked very well together. Unlike some of them who came to blows apparently, but our network it was very good, and it was not political, and we shared it all out. When you've got something like the distance that I just don't, and it's going to be a much smaller amount if there is one. So it hasn't been announced yet. We don't know, and it's going to be, I think, very difficult to manage.
But if there are safety issues, then getting hold of Jack Thomason Highways is quite a good way of things will happen if a safety issue is raised. So it's not always about whether there's little pots of money and things to spend and things. Sorry, so I'm just informing you, Karen, as to sort of
on the whole, we got things like double yellow lines, obviously, but the odd build out, which is good, and the odd crossing, which is very expensive.
And I think boulders were put up out Morganporth, weren't they, to stop parking somewhere. I think John Footer got those in. So I'd asked Councillor Creek about whether we could get the car park not to be a automatic for Little Fistral, because that was the one that the basis the whole other one's in, and he was going to look at the contract for that. So yeah,
I've spoken to, because it's absolute chaos for, sorry Johnny, it's absolute chaos for the car park at Little Fistral, because originally it was going to be transferred, the Treveth control has not worked.
No.
As we know, the camera control is busy giving tickets to anybody who drives down the road, whether they've got a parking place or not. And the ones who are going to the car park are actually covering their registration number. And there was no follow-up on foot.
No.
That was then going to be transferred to Cormac along with all the other car parks. Of course, that's not happening now. So they are not sure what they are going to do, but we do understand that it's a problem child, because you really need cameras plus follow-up.
The other thing I asked Councillor Creek about was the park and ride. Driving on that, there seems to be no indication of plans for a park and ride this year, and with the loss of parking, with the housing on Tregunnell.
Signs.
Is the signs gone up, have they? Oh, they must have gone up this week.
Electronic signs.
Okay, I
But
take that all
Seen them
back.
this morning.
Yeah, they have electronic
Okay.
signs. Particularly
They weren't
coming
there
down
last
from
week.
Crantock, they direct you all the way around the roundabout and
Okay,
up around.
fair enough.
However,
Take it all back.
as
Oh.
Councillor Creek pointed out today, there are 6 caravans in there looking like they are quite prominent. So he took the opportunity of raising, saying,
Okay.
can we check what's happening? So
Okay.
yeah, we do have a park and ride. It's not protected from campers, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I think, yes, I think, dates for the next meeting, I think, can we organise that come September then, I suggest, for those.
Can I ask, do the working parties, do they have access to sort of what funding is available for parking, for example?
We tended to only have a working party when there was issues and when there was money. So we'd need to have a first meeting to change its name and to discuss as to where we'd like it to go and that sort of thing.
What we were able to do was we were able to identify where we wanted changes.
Yeah.
And we would submit them, and then the Cornwall councillors would decide what they actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
We did quite well, actually, because if you look at the one that we thought we'd never get, is turning right out of the Lane Road and right out of the Train Creek Road.
Yeah.
And we asked for that and thought we'd never get that. And of course
that
we did.
happens. Yeah,
but it didn't come out of the money, didn't it? It was just a good idea. The money didn't come out of our scheme. So if there is any money, we can bid for it. Right.
Yes.
But whether
that's what I mean with how if
you
there's
need to liaise with
association
your Cornwall councillor to persuade them
Yeah.
it's a good idea. And then
such as actually bringing back road markings at the bottom of Marcus Hill there with the junctions.
we're not going to get that.
So yeah.
I'd like to aim big, actually, and go for a multi-storey car park.
Yeah. Dream. Yeah.
That I can tell you there will not be enough money in.
No, it's nothing for that.
You're right.
On the Mount Rise car park, opposite the fire station.
Tregunwall? You mean Tregunwall?
Tregunwall, yeah. Sorry.
That would go down well with the duchy and the residents. I can see. Yeah. Anyway, right. Okay. Financial statement. Have you gone on a spending spree on pointers? No. Other correspondence? You've been.
No other correspondence.
No letters to Santa yet?
No, nothing.
There's been a weekly report of which I've now learned how to search for Nuki on it. There was nothing interesting.
Okay, right, okay. Weekly decisions list, there was nothing, don't think there's anything remarkable on the weekly decisions list, is there?
No.
And then we've got the extension to licensing hours, which they've put in for the Women's European Cup final.
Sunday.
Oh, they got
On the-
which shows
Yeah.
how much notice I've been taking.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So there we go. We don't have to, there it is, isn't it, really? The licensed premises have got extra hours. And date of the next meeting is on Tuesday, please note people, on the 5th of August at usual time here at 6 o'clock. We're not due for any presentations yet, are we, Duncan?
No, I've got nothing about presentations.
And how many planning applications have we got so far for?
It's a round number.
10. No, really?
It has.
No.
It is. This is really. It's really.
That's
slowed
really
up.
odd.
It has really slowed up. We have some licensing seems to be
Okay.
a little busier, but at the moment we're looking really quite quiet.
Okay.
This has been the busiest meeting for a while.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. And well done, everyone. I think we can close that. Thank you for watching. And one.